Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Georgia Watch Along Show. My name is Radi Nabulsi. I'm joined by former Georgia Bulldogs head coach Jim Donnan. We got 4 minutes and 23 seconds until the University of Georgia Bulldogs kick off against the UMass Minutemen. Crowd looks to be filing in there. Not quite like last week, but definitely the stands are full. It's a beautiful day in Athens. Just ridiculously pretty here. It's one where you tell the photographers, hey, we need stadium shots. We need you to climb to the top of the stadium, get that sea of red. We need you to do all the stuff that we're going to use in the program covers. The team's about to run out. They've got the fog machines going. They got the big screen. Here comes the big power G up. Coach, the Bulldogs are 42-point favorites in this game. What are we going to see today?
Well, I hope we don't see Paul Revere coming out there playing for the Minutemen, but I think it's just a case of as a coach, you try to build your program up where all the guys that are seniors, which went through the senior process earlier, but you owe it to the other players to get ahead and let some of these guys that hadn't had many reps get in there. I noticed Kirby said we'd had less reps from the second team this year than we've had in a long time. Yeah. And so I think it's just a case of, it's one of those things you got to do and take care of business. But, this is a representative team. They got a lot of transfers and they got some, SEC experience having played Missouri and Mississippi State. So it's not that big a deal for them to come in here and play against us. But at the same time, this is a game that we should just enjoy, hopefully get through it injury-free and get ready for Tech.
Yeah, the injury-free part is kind of interesting, Coach, because guess who is out warming up today? Roderick Robinson.
Well, Roderick probably coming along. I mean, they say that, he's had some good work without the pads on, but I'm sure he enjoys getting out to be with his buddies and have his uniform on. If he goes in today, I'll be really surprised, but stranger things have happened, and certainly running back-wise, we could use him. He's a big stud.
Not expecting him to play today. Also not expecting some of the guys that are banged up. Trevor Etienne with his bruised ribs or fractured ribs. It's a rib injury. It's just going to take – they don't need him today. Hopefully they won't need him next week, but at the same time.
Come on, Roddy. What do you think? We'll need him. Hey, how about that Tech team? I mean,
their Tech's good, but I'm like, Coach, you've got a stable of pretty good backs right here.
And, yeah, I know. I was just kidding you. I think it certainly gives our team a lot of pep to know that the way that Frazier took the bull by the horns last week in a big game and ran with a lot of authority. And here's Carson Beck. There's a real paradox for Carson. His morale's good. He's pepped up. He had a great game last week. And how's he going to react if all of a sudden we get it rolling here and then they put Gunner in to give him some reps? You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's a team guy and all that, but still, he wants to keep rolling. And that's going to be a real decision for Coach Smart and Coach Bobo when to put Gunner in there. But it comes a point where Gunner's worked hard. And I've told you off air and on air that the times I've been over there, he's looked terrific. I mean, Gunner Stockton has got so many things going for him: his mobility, his leadership, his accuracy, and he's more than an adequate backup. And there comes a time where you just got to let him go on in there and see what he can do. And that's the same thing with some of these young receivers. We saw it last week. Putting a couple guys in there. Maybe we'll see a few more of them today. But Kirby's got his game face on, that's for sure. I mean, this is one of the hardest things to do as a coach when you're a prohibitive favorite, work all week, get ready, and then, every little thing sometimes gets magnified in a game like this because you just expect everything to be hunky-dory. So I feel like our team understands the challenge ahead and what we've got to do as far as the the playoffs and all. There's Shane Montgomery, who is the interim head coach. He's an ex-NC State quarterback, just like me. And, he's had some success as a head coach. He was at Miami of Ohio. And most recently, I know he coached with some of my cohorts there at Charlotte with Coach Brad Lambert. And a good guy and thrust into a tough situation being the interim coach. But there's another thing that you and I talked about. sometimes when you make a change like this, all the guys say, hey, let's rally around this guy and see if he can get the head job. But sometimes they're saying, God, I hope he doesn't get it. I'm not going to play at all. But I don't know that's true for Shane, but that's what happens sometimes. So we obviously have deferred, and here we go. And might tell everybody how they can catch up with the play-by-play.
Here comes the kickoff now. The ball's been kicked. It's in the air. Looks like we'll have a he's going to be a touchback. I'm going to put the game clock on the screen as soon as they set it up there, and you'll be able to watch the see the time and sync it up to your computer. I'm going to do that now. Coach, we have some questions coming in. Hey, folks, this is the best week of the year to ask your questions. I like this one from Steve Annette, Coach. He says, if you were coaching, are you wanting your players to put up 60 to send a message?
I just want them to play the best of their ability. Certainly that would be great, but at the same time, you want to get your other players in the game. That's what I'd like to be able to do.
Okay, let me get this set up here. All right, first snap. While I'm doing this, Coach, you can do your stuff and tell us what's about to happen next.
Probably a run to the right. Tried it up the middle.
Tried it up the middle. Not exactly exactly what you want for Georgia. So, if you guys want to keep it on the ground, we'll get out of here in about 1 hour.
Yeah, a couple things about the Minutemen. They're really good against the pass because maybe because somebody runs the ball so much against them that they don't have that many throws. So everybody's going to probably wonder why we're running the ball as much as we do today, but they're not very good against the run.
I'm all about running it and keep that clock going. And again, I know people want to send a message, but I just want to keep avoid any injuries.
Well, I didn't think that ball would ever get out there. It looked like end over end.
It took a while for it to land.
But good completion. You notice that they're using a game clock, which is one thing. What I mean by the 40-second clock, winding it down and using a lot of formation stuff as far as moving people around. I look for them to try to throw an underneath route here to this one of the slots.
Boy, the comment section here are very excited about this. Oh, a little trickeration, Coach.
Well, that's pathetic.
That was. Wow.
You got to think that we knew that this guy was capable of keeping the ball, and very poor play by our outside guy there.
Damon Wilson crashed in there, Coach.
Was that who it was?
Yeah. Third down. He's got that. He's on that edge guy. I'm going ahead and grabbing my chart here of numbers because ideally hopefully we'll have to figure out who some players are, but they're going to give up runs like that.
You got to play assignment football. I mean, that was Tech's licking their chops seeing that.
Yeah,
because their quarterbacks run like crazy. But
that
in itself right there, that play is just very undisciplined by Georgia.
Michael Williams and Jalen Walker on the stop there. He loves seeing 11 and 13 around the ball. All right.
They had the quarterback from Clemson that did pretty well as a backup starting early this year, but he got injured. I can't pronounce his name, but he did a good job for Clemson. And now this kid's come in and, has shown the ability to run pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, we got him third down again, and let's see if we put any pressure on him.
3rd and 5.
Good job by Malachi coming up. Congratulations to Malachi making the All-State Good Works team, which, last year Ladd McConkey was on, and it's always a real tribute to the players and what they do in the community to have a Georgia Bulldog on it. I think they pick like 12 or 15 around the country, but
it's tough to make it.
He's a great representative of our program. See the clock again. Well, that's good concept there. They faked the quick pitch and ran the inside toss. If I got 4th and 1 here, I'm going to try the best play I've ever had here. But they made the first. And this is just something that
2 for 2 on 3rd down, Coach.
We're standing up and not stand gap control. But that was really well-conceived play.
I like that play a lot.
Fake pitch, inside trap.
It's ball control. You don't put it in the air. You don't have the possibility, all the bad things that can go with it, and it just suckers everybody. Another 5-yard pickup. Yeah. We got a lot of folks who have not or either don't have the SEC network or want to know the updates. So if we're saying stuff that sounds redundant, it's because a lot of folks are watching us and not the actual game.
Yeah, well,
they don't have it. So
okay, well, it's 5 minutes into the game and they're just marching it down the field here.
Bill Atkinson says, "This is ugly." Yeah, they will.
I mean, they give scholarships too. I mean,
do.
people can. That one big play was the difference.
Yeah, it was a 38-yard run, so it's that'll change it. Wow,
impressive.
That is impressive. They're running well. And again, you're right, Coach. They come out. They lost their coach. They're fired up. They're playing in a big stadium. They want to win. They don't. Well, they're not coming in thinking they're going to get beat by 50. They heard 42 points as an underdog.
Yeah. Well, they started out. They started out against Ole Miss. Mississippi State ahead 10-0. So it's not like they're not capable. But right now they're just mixing up their formations and probably going to run some kind of quarterback keep here again because we're so heavy inside. Guy's a slick runner.
He is. He looks just like that UT kid, Coach.
Looked like he was in. Okay, when they can run the ball inside like this is demoralizing.
Yeah.
That was a nice shallow cut, too. He looked like he's going off tackle and cut back.
Donnie Wilkerson says, "I'll see y'all in the second half." Yeah, Georgia's a second half team. I get it.
Maybe we'll get a fumble here.
Now let's see if Raylan Wilson covers his gap this week. Touchdown. Oh, there is a fumble, Coach. But I don't think they're going to call it that way.
Well, he threw one pass and had a great run by the quarterback and 75 yards and 10 plays. Just complete max out.
Yeah. I think somebody's again, a lot of it is the formation. They're doing different things, but you kind of expect your defense to be a little more awake than that.
Yeah, and assignment football too. I mean, just standing around, and they're doing a good job moving people to block the edge here. Yeah, he made it.
That's going to be tough. I'm going to have to drink a lot of these flights if this keeps up. They are watching it pretty close.
Well, what happens is, for us is makes it harder to get everybody else in there when this happens.
Yep. We got folks watching from Northern California, Asheville. Appreciate everybody jumping in here. I agree with you, Samuel.
What did he say?
Lost there. Defensive line needs to wake up.
Hey,
when you're talking assignment football, that is correct, and Coach Kirby's let him have it. Well, not let him have it. He's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's make our adjustments. So I appreciate that. Also appreciate you guys probably heard me 2 seconds ago. I cracked open that flight. So I tried to wait till 1 o'clock, just to have some sort of self-respect, but it's too good. So Flight by Yingling is a 12-ounce can, only has 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. Lets you stay thin, lets you stay skinny, but you get to drink beer. 4.2% alcohol by volume, a fantastic thing to drink. It took 6 generations for them to get this right. A lot of people put out, low-carb beers, and they weren't all good. And admit it, they came out with light beer. Some of the light beer was good, and then they came out with low-carb beer, and it was a stretch. I've tried some of the other brands out there. They're not good. Yingling did it right. They weren't in a hurry. I mean, they're the nation's oldest brewery, so they're going to take their time and get it right. And they did. So if you want to have some really good beer, check out our friends at Yingling. Let me put them on the screen here. you find it in the grocery store, package stores. It's all over the place. And for a long time, when I was growing up, you couldn't get Yingling down here. But now, wherever you go, you'll find Yingling in the stores. Very patriotic company. Support the troops. They don't do silly things. They're marketing. They're just like, look, we do good beer. Come try it. So check out Yingling when you get a chance. You'll be very glad that you did. All right, let me put this back on. Yeah, Donnie Jarvis says, flight is great. Glad you tried it. Bill Atkinson, he's already doing the giveaway, putting in the hashtag flight. He's trying to get there. Got a few jokers in the comments from other schools. Hey, go watch that. Watch your team. Don't be jealous.
Hey, stranger things have happened. I mean, we got to get to W.
Yep.
I would have thought our defense would have played a little more inspired ball, but yeah. I give them credit for two things. One, blocking us pretty well, but also changing up their blocking patterns and, pulling people to kick us out. And you got to feel these guys are thinking right now, hey, what a thrill coming in here and pulling Georgia's pants down, and just outstanding drive.
I'm with Joni Sullivan. Says, I missed that defense that didn't let people score in the first quarter. That was a different defense. That was a bunch of NFL guys on that defensive front.
Yeah, and, last week, they played pretty well against Liberty, who has only lost 2 games in 2 years, and went to overtime with them. So, but you can't justify that, though. I mean, when you're a 42-point favorite, get your ass in gear here. And, all it takes is a turnover or a miss situation here, and all of a sudden you're going to be pressing. So we just need to take back over the game here, and hopefully we can run the ball like I think we can.
And let's see. Okay. 9 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. Georgia takes his first snap, hand off to Nate Frazier. He picked up 5, Coach.
Yeah. And I look for us to use some 2 and 3 tight end situations with our injuries at wide receiver. Bell's out. Hopefully he'll be ready next week. But by using multiple formations, you can block well, but you can also get these guys in the open field like Urosic and Delp and Lucky. Maybe a screen here.
Going right back to him. There's
2 runs in a row. Hey, here we go. First down.
I like it. Hey, if you're picking up 5 at a time, I'm no genius, Coach, but I gotta like that.
Well, that's what they did.
Hey, they kept Frazier in after 2 runs. Well, that was odd.
Get down. All right. Yeah. I like that decision by Carson. Getting up a little slow here.
Yeah, he is. I don't like that. I'm with Justin Farmer. Says it feels different when Nate Frazier's on the field, Coach.
He's got a little juice to him for sure.
Yeah.
Still 2 tights.
Yeah. That's it. There's the tight end like you're talking about.
Yeah. Go ahead and be a runner after you catch it there, Lawson.
Yeah.
Good run and catch, but I like to see him go ahead and try to do a little juking there. When you run the ball effectively, watch this 23 stay inside here. See that? And then that just opens up the flat.
Nice little block out there on the edge by Dominic Lovett.
Coming back this way with it.
You're right. How you knew that, I don't know, but you're correct.
Not getting much movement here, but still positive yardage. Yeah, he's played enough.
Yeah. I did think it was interesting because, we talked about playing 3 tight ends, and Kirby says, in my worldview, that's 13 personnel. And he says, well, we run a lot of 13 personnel just when not tight ends. And I'm like,
Well, here's the young kid from Florida in it back.
There we go.
So I wonder if that was defensive holding or what.
Or a slap on the helmet.
That was after the throw, though.
Yeah. As the flag, the flag was out prior to that, but well, there we go. Again, it wasn't even on the screen. How did you know?
I was guessing. I just sit around here all week thinking what I can guess, but that's definitely defensive holding there.
That's
it's like he's dancing with him.
Yeah.
Paul Anka, put your head on my shoulder.
Find a woman to hold you that close, gentlemen.
The old arm wrapper. We got empty in there with we got the slot receiver up there is going to be wide open.
There's nobody on.
But he came on out here to
look at that.
There's a new guy in there.
Yeah. Sokovie White.
Yeah, good job, Sokovie.
Why did I think Sokovie was 8?
But, in all seriousness, you had the screen, but the slot to the top of the field wasn't anybody on it.
There's nobody there.
College football, both teams had the ball, and now you got 6 minutes to go in the first quarter.
This might be one of those 8-possession games like that Kentucky contest, Coach. Foster White points out that's Sokovie. Foster knows the roster better than I do.
Good quickness there.
So whoever, I think it was James earlier, said it feels different when he's on the field. That slicing and dicing, he is different. There's no question. Nine-yard pickup there, Coach.
Take that every time.
Mm-hmm. He's got 21 yards on 4 carries on this drive alone. So
play action.
Yeah. There's the play action. Toss to.
Now that's the way to run with a football. You see what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. Make a guy miss, and what happens if you make one guy miss? You score a touchdown.
Mr. Touchdown. That's 3 in 2 weeks.
Yes, it is.
He's catching that ball like he knows he won't get another one today.
Because he might not. I love it.
All right, we had it right on the play action, and that was good.
Nailed it.
Good run.
And that was designed right off the bat. He knew he had him. And again, you like to see that extra effort there.
Ooh, he might have gone out of bounds.
Quit being negative, Coach.
No, I wouldn't. I said he might have, but they're not going to check it on that.
No, I've just given you hell.
They're not going to check it on that.
All right, let's.
I think that's the first time in, I don't know, maybe you can get your people on the Rivals, on your network. How long has it been since we scored the first possession of the game?
It does feel like it's been a long time. Well, a great answering call there. So 7-7. That's and I did say that in my score prediction that they'd score 1 touchdown. Let's just keep it there so that I can finally win one this week.
Yeah, well, still to cover, you got to score 56 points now, right?
Yes, sir.
I think covering is probably not going to be there, but
well,
I'm a little more convinced that preparation-wise, at least the offense knew what they needed to do there. And, boy, it's encouraging to see that running game because we know we can drop back pass and do all that. But if you just think about you utilized 3 tight ends on that series. Urosic, 84, was blocking most of the time, but you threw the ball to 7, Lucky, and Ford help, and threw a quick screen to a receiver that hasn't even hardly played all year. And we know what 2 did last week. So that's encouraging. And we got Anthony Evans, hopefully well too. So those guys give you some juice at the receiver position when you see the quickness that they have.
Yeah, they light it up. Again, those guys feel different too. If you need some juice with your next vehicle, check out our friends at Athens Ford. They have a great lot of new and pre-owned vehicles. The all the new ones, and of course the vast majority of the pre-owned ones will come with a lifetime powertrain warranty. You got to check them out when you get over there. This time of the year, every vehicle that they sell, they donate $100 to the Angel Tree, and the Angel Tree is where kids and people in the community put their list on a tree and say, "Here's my Christmas list." Now, due to some people are having a rough time, their parents can't get this stuff for them, or they don't have parents. All of a sudden, they've got $100 towards their Christmas list, and they get a bunch of stuff on their list. So we've seen them do with the bicycles. You'd go in there during November, early part of December, and the entire showroom is full of bicycles. And you're like, what's going on? They're like, every time we sell a car, we go buy a bike and we bring it here, and then we distribute them into the Athens community. So I'm just saying, I've seen them do it with bikes. I've seen them have giant piles of presents that they do before. Now they're doing a little more focused by giving cash to the Angel Tree Fund so that those kids can get exactly what they wanted. And yet kids will always love presents. They love bikes, but if someone says, I want this, or I want a jacket, or I want X, you get them exactly what's on their list, and it makes a very special Christmas for the children and the kids in need in these neighborhoods, in the community. And our friends at Athens Ford are the ones that do that. And it's not like they're going to sell 10 cars. They sell a ton. There's going to be hundreds of kids that are very happy come Christmas thanks to our friends at Athens Ford.
Yeah, great supporter of Georgia football. All right. I look for us to maybe not play quite as vanilla as we did last drive here. Maybe this was the killer right here.
Yeah. I mean, if KJ Bolden doesn't get over there, that kid's still running. He's over at the Tate Center looking at in the bookstore looking for a new jersey.
The Minutemen.
All right, third drive, 5:05 left on the clock in the first quarter. Each of those previous two drives basically took 5 minutes, so this is going to be a
we're going to a heavy front here. I mean, this is a lot more guys on the line of scrimmage than we normally have. Smart by the kid running with it. I mean, smart by the coach thinking we're going to have a heavy run defense call and call the pass.
Yeah.
You got to feel like this.
He's no dummy, coach.
They went to NC State. What do you expect? Seriously, and also they got nothing to lose. I mean, sell the ranch, man.
Exactly. Ohio State has tied it up, coach, 7-7 with Indiana.
Probably going to run back to the left here.
Well, he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and
unbelievable.
What should have been a 3-yard loss becomes a 22-yard gain.
We're making this guy look like. Great hustle by Dan the man. I tell you, they're setting up some stuff for play action here. I'm telling you. I mean, they've already got almost 100 yards rushing in the first quarter.
98 yards rushing on 12 carries. And with that, too, that makes it exactly 100. Yeah, I'm with you, Coach. That if you're Georgia Tech, you're going, okay.
Yeah, the one thing about Tech, too, one thing about Tech with their style is, their offense just keeps the ball and makes a lot of first downs, and it puts a lot of pressure on the other team's offense. Like they got ahead of NC State, and State trailed the whole game and then finally came back. But that's what, when you can have a prolific running attack, that really helps your defense because they're not on the field.
There's your play action. Not quite, but they had it in the flats there for.
Still pretty good though. We'll let them hit those.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm Shane Montgomery here, I'm looking at 2 downs to make it here on 3rd and 4. Yeah. Maybe run that play action, that fake up inside, and then let the guy throw it this time.
Shout out to Dawn Paul, for being a new YouTube member. We appreciate that, Dawn. That means a lot to us. It helps support this YouTube page.
Watch it into the boundary here now.
Not QB run. That's usually what you like to call, Coach, on those.
I mean, we're sucker for that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Yeah. Bruce Taylor, another member of our YouTube channel, says that was just too easy.
Yep. I agree with you, Bruce.
Jeremy, who comes on our show a lot on the post game, says Tech's drooling right now watching the way we're playing defense.
Yeah. We're setting Tech up.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I like it.
This is a trap.
It's
not one of our real strengths is stopping the run. You mean you saw last week that guy got 100 and some yards.
That's true. I'm just surprised that UMass comes in as 3 for 3 on third down.
Well, here's Kristen Miller. Is that it?
Yeah, 52.
Hope he didn't hurt his wrist.
Well, sometimes you got to crap like that happens, and it just really, really hurts. So, all right, I'm want to mention our friends over at My Better Life Science because they do a lot of testing. And when I say they do a lot of testing, I mean they have the Lyme disease test, they have STD tests, they have allergy tests, they have all sorts of ones. Now, here's the thing about Lyme disease. Sometimes you go to your doctor and they miss it. You know, the tests are very tricky to be sure you get it. There's a lot of false positives and such like that. The way these guys do is their tests are a lot more accurate. I'm not saying they're more accurate than all of your doctors. Don't get me wrong there. But the way they do is they test to see if you're infection. And there's like 3 different strains that they look for. So we had some people going, look, I got tested and my doctor said I didn't have it. Turns out I did because they missed it. Or I went to my doctor. They said I had it and I actually didn't. What does your test do? It doesn't feel right to not be doing it inside a doctor's office. Trust me, these guys were one of the first to be able to find and determine if whether or not you had COVID. So they have the right test. So check out our friends at Better Life Science. If you think you might have Lyme disease, look for the symptoms and check it out. They also have the Allergy Hero, the STD Hero, the Tick Bite Hero, which we just mentioned. But the allergy one, you can do an at-home allergy and food sensitivity test. The combo, get them together, it's 295 allergy triggers, 286 food triggers. It's a pretty smart way to go. So please, if you have kids, get this, do the test with your kid. Then, you don't find out like when they're at camp or something, that's the first time they ever tried something, and they go to somebody else's house and they're like, hey, we didn't know your kid was allergic to cumin. You find out stuff like that. So just for peace of mind, for parents, foster parents, people who are taking care of others, or just for your own sake, check out My Better Life Science. We have the tests here. They come in the mail. You send back the sample. They email you the results, and they're very easy to read. It's not complicated. Some of these tests, you go to take them, then you have to go back to your doctor for them to read the results to you because it's too complicated. Not with My Better Life Science. And plus, the folks over there are huge, huge Georgia fans. I mean, upper tier, big donors. There's a reason that they're able to afford all this testing equipment. They're doing well, but they take a lot of their proceeds and stuff, and they help out the University of Georgia. So if you want to help yourself and the university, check out My Better Life Science.
Yeah, I was impressed last week that they recognized Allen at halftime. We could have a break here based on the way that looks.
Yeah, that is not pretty. He's looking at that thing like why won't it move?
Just outstanding call again.
Another missed tackle too.
That was a complete RPO there.
Okay.
For RPO for our fans that just, run pass option, he can either throw it or run it depending on the box, and we didn't have anybody inside the slot. So just basically made the linebacker hole with the fake and threw it inside the safety. These guys know what they're doing. I mean, there's no question. They're going to unbalanced line here, maybe to run back to the weak side over to the right.
Hey, tackle at the line. That makes me feel good.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more if you're Shane Montgomery. He's going to probably let the quarter run out.
Yeah.
Another chance for him to use clock. I mean, this game, what time is it?
Let's see. It is 1:18, Coach.
30-minute first quarter.
Yeah, I'd just say that was pretty fast there. Let me So Indiana picked off Ohio State, Coach, so Indiana's got the ball back.
So it couldn't be any better for everybody to have a chance to get on Georgia again. So that's what we're going to do probably now that they've had a week of everybody liking them. Now they can't figure out what's wrong with them.
Well, to your point, DBD27, who's a big supporter of our site, says, why are we always trying to fire somebody? In the comments section, people get mad. They go right to the coach. Hey,
who are they trying to fire now?
Nobody. They're just complaining about the defense. And yeah.
Well, it looks to me like our defense is really playing not only soft, but it's playing high. And these guys are blocking us, and they've this drive, the passing game has supplemented them because we're trying to stop the run, and then the quarterback has made 2 good runs for them to help them. So you put all that together, very effective.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That was my thing when Georgia had back-to-back games with like 15 and 16 missed tackles. They missed a lot last week too, which didn't hurt them as bad. But when you see these guys, like you said, standing up and grabbing guys around the shoulders and just not taking them to the ground and not laying out, there's more missed tackles. They had that guy stop for a 3-yard loss. He kind of breaks free, picks up 22.
Yeah.
If this had been the Tennessee game or that Texas game where Georgia is, I don't want to say got their hair on fire, but they know how incredibly important each stop is, that you see a guy diving and catching him and just rolling him around on the ground. It's just, there seems to be a little less intensity,
right.
and again, give the guys credit coaching. They're calling good plays, good formations.
Well, you usually don't see many teams that play Georgia that are committed to the run like this team is. Yeah. And they're committed to running 2 or 3 plays, and they don't really know what Georgia's defense is like, play them year in and year out. So they're testing the run game, and we've said since the first series of the year that when a team can run and pass against us, a la Ole Miss or a running quarterback, it's hard for most teams to defend. And in this case, it doesn't help anybody to get the scouting report that this team is 42-point underdog. So you'd think this team is just going to lay down, but they really have improved significantly since they played us the last time. I mean, the first time we played them, they'd just gone D1, and, it's kind of a ragtag game, a lot of passing, but these guys got a plan, and they're executing it, and give them credit for it. But unfortunately, just like I said, we're going to have a hard time seeing these other guys today because no matter how much you plan it, but we better get our first team guys going too. So.
JG says this is why the committee questions us. I know the talent's not what it used to be, but to miss these tackles is going to be our downfall. You can't do that. I think Jeremy Neighbors nailed it. He says a bunch of arm tackling and throwing the shoulder as though either one is going to stop these guys.
Yeah, we missed some arm tackles, no question. But the biggest thing is just angles. I mean, they're creating some angles on the blocking with their formations. And if you'd have shown that to anybody in Athens this morning about 10 o'clock, they would have thought you're on some heavy drugs.
I don't know. They
still got something back over to this side if they want to run the ball over here. I mean, we don't have enough support over here. All right.
All right. Jazz Chambliss with a stop there, setting that edge.
Looks like they're trying to read some stuff there, Roddy. I mean, the quarterback riding it, and then
Andre O'Hara says, "Why do I always play down to our competition?" That's not just a Georgia thing. That's most teams. But yeah, this is frustrating.
Maybe we can get a penalty on them here for delay a game.
They got it all. Twist. There's a twist.
Ooh, lucky there.
Yeah. That was tough with the there's a flag.
We'll get a flag maybe for defensive holding again. Ooh, on them. Take the play.
There you go.
If I'm Liberty, that was last week. Give me Liberty or give me death. That was not Paul Revere. That was Patrick Henry.
Pass interference, coach.
I remember when old Coach Peterson used to get things confused at Florida State and get names messed up. And for Patrick Henry, he said, "It's like that guy Henry Patrick said, shoot him or die."
That sounds like something I would do. I get my mouth gets ahead of my brain.
Watch the pick here. That's the pick. He blocked the guy.
And you can hear him. That was just a rub. That wasn't a pick. That was just a rub.
But again, if I'm UMass here, I'd fake this kick.
Yeah.
Oh, that was second down?
Yeah, 3rd and 20.
Watch the quarterback run here. We got a 3-man rush.
There's a sack.
It got him out of the field goal, too. Way to go, Warren.
Brinson.
Last couple of weeks, he started to get it rolling, that's for sure.
Did a little Trump dance there, too. That'll be the subject of 47 videos.
It's okay. Let's see if they're probably out of field goal range here. Well, that's just driving that center back. That's one thing we can do is when it's 2nd or 3rd and long, we can bull rush you.
I'll take that bull rush every day. I love it.
Well, that's a win. Had the ball 2nd and 8 on the 14. We're going to get a chance for a 98-yard march here. 99 maybe.
Yeah. Well, it rolls out. Looks like the 11. Where's the ref? I didn't see the line judge, but yeah, pretty strong there. All right, as I go to commercial, I want to mention our friends over at Morris and Dean. Again, got text yesterday, last week, from our buddy Jeff Dean up there. Remember, they're in Dalton, Georgia. Where's Dalton? Right up there by Tennessee. Who wanted to win the Georgia-Tennessee game more than anybody in the world? The folks up at Morris and Dean who don't want to have to hear Rocky Top and all the people they deal with in North Georgia, Southern Tennessee. They're licensed in the state of Tennessee as well. They're also licensed in Georgia, of course, and they will go anywhere. Speaking of which, they do go above and beyond for their clients. So if visiting their office is difficult, you're all the way in Dalton. This is going to be, how do I can't come all the way up there. Just let them know. Let them know. So look, I'm in Bainbridge. I'm in Savannah. I'm in wherever. They'll work it out. They'll bring their expertise to you, whether at a home or hospital or any other location. They'll ensure that you receive the best legal support that you deserve, wherever you need it. What I like about them is also they have a 30-day trial period. So you can talk to them for 30 days, kind of a trial period, risk-free. If you are not fully satisfied, you can cancel without any penalties or financial commitment. So you're like, well, I don't know if I call a lawyer and I'm on the hook. I'm too scared to call them. It's going to cost me X. Well, talk to them. If you don't like it, then it doesn't hurt. Again, they're not running around. They want to help you out. They're doing fine. They will they're more into justice instead of a lot of these, see the big billboards. These are people just trying to get you into the office to get a huge chunk of your payday. That's not the way these guys work. These are Georgia grads. At least two of them are. And most of their family for Jeff Dean. So you got to check out our friends at Morris and Dean. They also, like, if they don't win, there's no fee. No win, no fee, guarantee. Rhymes. Remember that. So if you think your case is kind of iffy, and again, they'll take it to court because they know it's more effective to do so instead of just hitting a settlement, getting you less money or getting you less responsibility from whoever's injured you. Hey, these guys know what they're doing, and if they can't make it work out for you, then no charge to you. So check out our friends at Morris and Dean. You will be very glad that you did so. All right, let me put that on the screen again. Mama's boy, Coach.
Yeah, they give him
get a little love there.
And gravy there.
See, that's why I wish I was on one of these TV or these crews like our buddy Dave McMahon. You show up and go, "Hey, we're going to put you on TV." Oh, you fed us for free? Great.
It's worth it. That's pretty good advertising.
Yeah.
Like to see break about a 90, 80 yard here.
Oh, I got suckered in on that one, Coach. I didn't even see it.
There you go with Peanut again.
All right.
12 yards.
Take that every time. So we've seen all three freshmen get in the game. Freshman running back, that is.
Stay with him a little longer there. It might have been a big one.
Yeah. It's Arian Smith trying to block that safety. That was tough. Hey, Coach, we saw the bunch of guys, there was the question last week about number 55 for Tennessee going down, and it looked like there was a signal to drop. And a lot of people wanted to see how that turned out. And I theorized if you're going to have a signal like that, don't have it come from the sideline. Have it come from the end zone. Put an equipment guy over there.
Did Sankey do anything to him?
He did not, to my knowledge. I've been looking for it, been waiting to see something, and I haven't.
That wasn't pretty vivid.
Yeah, there should be penalties and fines for that.
Tennessee having a hard time with UTEP so far. They're 41-point favorite too.
Yeah. Let me get back to the comments.
14-14 Florida and Ole Miss.
Whoa. Hey, Trinity Clark. She says, "What's up, Radi and Coach?" I like this one from Just Farmer. I want to see some end rounds with Oscar Delp.
He's going deep here.
Yeah.
Make him miss you.
Cut back inside, Arian Smith. Wow. Big one.
I said he was going deep.
Yeah. Hey, can we give a shout out to the offensive line there? I know they only rushed 3 or something. They didn't rush many, but when you get that kind of time like you did last week. Hey, and also
the flag here? Roughing the passer.
There's an add-on. Foster Moss makes a good point, Coach. Good catch, number 11. He's had a few of those, and he got this one. Nice route, nice post.
That's a good job of Carson leading him open too. I mean, the guy had leverage on him, and he just took the open field.
Coach, I heard when I was driving over here, they were replaying Coach Saban breaking something down, and I can't watch it because I could only hear it on the radio. He's obviously breaking down film, and I couldn't see any of it. But he mentioned we told this guy to run up the numbers like a punt returner.
Yeah, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, tell me that during the break here because I want to understand that better.
Couldn't see Nick using his hands either.
Yeah, that's true.
So what you do is you pretend that we used to call it run the ladder. If you just pretend the spokes on a ladder are the hash mark, the numbers, and the out of bounds. So you want to run right down the hash mark to the numbers to the out of bounds. That's the angle.
Okay.
Run the ladder. Come on, Nick. It's not running them.
Well, that's what he said. That's I'm like, I don't.
No, I was kidding. He's a little bit younger than me, so he's never run a ladder.
I was like, I don't.
We got something here.
Yeah, you do. I got to be careful though, Monroe.
I like that little toss sweep.
Was he supposed to go inside Monroe there?
Is who?
Was he supposed to run behind Monroe Freeling there?
I doubt it. Usually it's outside run, but sometimes if the guy,
Oh, he's going out wide. Look at that.
this quarterback draw.
You called it. Yeah,
Oh, man.
they saw that too.
Well, I think we got better plays than that on 3rd and 3 in the red zone, but we're going to probably go for it here.
Foster says, go for it, Kirby. Cali Vision says, why? Yeah, that's
Why what?
well, I think why that play.
Figured they're going to be in man, and he didn't. Could probably try to work flag route here to Smith. Not now, though.
Not now. Yeah. Get upfield. There's a touchdown for you, Coach.
Little delay. Cash me in. You know, it's pretty easy when your name is Cash to go like this.
Exactly. Yeah, I love it.
That's basic 90-yard march.
So same score as the Ohio State-Indiana game, Coach. Ohio State has scored 14-7. So
Who's ahead?
Ohio State's up 14-7. So
we need Indiana, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, and Miami, and Alabama to lose today, and then
yeah.
none of them probably will. But
No, Miami's up 20-14 at half over Wake Forest.
that's not a real blow.
Nope. Ole Miss and Florida are tied at 14. So
the tighter that game is, the better Florida can make it in the fourth quarter playing at the Swamp.
Yep.
That's a really good move by old Cash.
You know what my favorite play is, Coach? I mentioned it every week, that tight end leak. I
Yeah.
was looking for it. I'm like, where is he? Where is he? And it was like a running back leak.
That was similar running back leak.
I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, 14-7. Got it like that. Did you see, Coach, where Bryce Underwood flipped to Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah. He's going to get the rumor is $10.5 million for 4 years. Now, Georgia is not going to give $10 million to a quarterback. And again, now Bryce Underwood, he looks legit. That guy's going to be he's a monster. But one thing that Georgia can do, or what that you can do to help Georgia, I'm not asking you to give them $10 million. I'm not asking you to give them $1 million. You know, if we could just get 10 guys to come up with $1 million, we'd have it. Now, all I want is all the Georgia fans who are watching this show, and we've had hundreds of thousands, excuse me. If you buy the cookies, which I bought some last night, and I got some over here for our lunch, or if you buy granola bars, switch up what you buy to the snacks from Bulldog Snacks. Get the cookies and get the Bulldog bars from our friends at Bulldog Snacks. The Bulldog bars made of toasted oats, almonds, 100% real chocolate, and just the right amount of protein to satisfy that dog hunger. If you're trying to watch your figure and you're drinking the flights, and you're like, I need a snack, don't go get a bunch of garbage. Get one of those Bulldog bars because it's got just enough protein. You're going to feel full. So low calories. They're gluten-free and a must-have for kids or that late-night sweet tooth craving. And with every purchase of Bulldog Snacks, you are directly supporting UGA Athletics, the Classic City Collective, and their student athletes. So they wrote a giant check. And they won't let me tell. I've been asking them for weeks. Like, let me tell folks how much money you gave UGA because of the Bulldog bars you've already sold. They're like, no, I can't do that. But it's been a lot. At least 6 different athletes at the University of Georgia have been helped out, or could be 12. But check out our friends at Get Bulldog, or just look up Bulldog Snacks or Get Bulldog Bar. And they have a sample pack right now. It's 4 bars, 1 cookie pouch, free shipping. They're also going to have a Black Friday deal coming too that we're going to start promoting. So the point is, if everybody who buys granola bars and then buy Quaker or Nature's Own or whatever, anybody that buys Nabisco or all the different cookies, if you were to actually switch over to the Bulldog Snacks, and we had tens of thousands of people do it, the university makes a ton of money, and no one has to write a big fat check except Bulldog Snacks. So reach out to them if you would. Support them because they support your University of Georgia Bulldogs. And again, the folks running it, Georgia alums. Like
getting old here. If I don't get up and move around, like my old bones get too stiff. So I'm apologize, but about to hit the 80, man.
I'm about to do the same thing. I got to stand. Get on your feet,
This
folks.
one guy
Pull through.
One guy was telling me, Phil, this morning up at Chick-fil-A, he said, I feel old. I'm going to be 30 next week. I said,
I've almost done that 3 times.
80. Fourth quarter for me.
Please.
Tackle.
Oh.
See. Ball.
Ball.
Yeah, there we go. That's what you need.
That's what you need right there. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Bruce Taylor goes, fumble. Will Simpson wants to know where Dayne is. We don't know where Dayne is. We lost him. He's in Toronto.
Dayne is my man. I mean, Dayne's taking his wife to see Taylor Swift up in Toronto. So
husband of the year right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good move by Dayne, but
yeah, that ball's out. Oh, wait. I do worry about his left knee.
We needed some more turnovers.
Nope, not even close. That is definitely a fumble. Bill
So, in all seriousness, the first half of the line is 24. So, we got to score 3 times here in 11 minutes. Right?
Yes, sir.
It'll be hard.
I'm not a math genius.
Who recovered that? Bolden, 4.
I thought it was C.J. Allen that recovered it.
What is 4?
Maybe he got credit for the strip. Oh, I like that. That's a great play. Lucky.
Good catch. I tell you, the guy's
2 for him.
Money catching the ball. We're going to go fast here, too.
I like Bruce Taylor, KJ, an All-American.
Drew Bobo in there, right guard.
Okay.
Could be a screen again.
I remember you telling everybody that, look, the kid can play.
Yeah, he had a good 2 games, but here's the thing. When you go quick on first down, you make the defense declare, and they didn't like what they were in. Mm-hmm. And so they had to call a timeout. But a couple things there. When you go fast, there's so many good things. The defense can't substitute, but you also have a play that if they're not lined up right, you can go. But if they are, then you got plenty of time to still talk to the coach on the headset up to 15 seconds about what you might utilize. So, and that's a good timeout by Coach Montgomery, just because.
Yeah, Georgia's got all the momentum right now.
Right. You know, I mean, he's still, all of a sudden he was eating a pregame meal saying, I hope we can keep the score down. Now he's thinking, how can we win the game? I mean,
so who was the better NC State quarterback?
Is that a rhetorical question?
Let's see how egotistical you are, Coach.
No, he was good.
I'm teasing.
Good, but, you know, I don't want to get into that. What in the world?
False start.
That looked like a false start for sure. Those are kind of plays that you see on the schoolyard.
Yeah. The 94 is like, man, I was about to light your ass up.
We're shifting, and he snaps the ball, so
can't have them both do it. Bill Atchison says, great tight end play again today. I'm telling you, we like the tight ends.
Yeah, we still got Urosic's got to catch one, but we still got 6 that got to catch one.
Yeah, it is interesting that he hasn't had one yet. So it was KJ that forced the fumble. So
not only forced it, he recovered it.
Yeah. Oh, Chauncey Bowens. Remember how strong he looked in that G-Day game?
I tell you, strong. He's cut.
I mean, he looked like just beef.
Keith Dzinski. You know, their head coach was a really good defensive coach, Don Brown, who was actually the defensive coordinator at Michigan right during the few seasons for Coach Harbaugh up there.
Flag. Well, that's a touchdown.
Flag. lay it in there perfect to 6 because I told you hadn't been throwing
I
it.
told you I called it. I saw them take off. I'm like, that's a touchdown.
2 more for the cover.
Oh, now he's holding his arm or
Who
something.
is?
Dominic. He's gimpy.
Well,
I think he landed on that ball. I think he had that ball go through his spleen.
that's a lot tougher catch than the one he had last week when he was trying to decide where the ball was coming from.
So
we need one more turnover and one more. Nice touch by
Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Coach, that's 3 touchdown passes for him. I know you know that, but
put the other guy in.
That's why I was gonna. That's why I mentioned it. I love it.
That's a tough catch.
That is. Yeah, he lands directly on that ball and runs through a couple.
Ooh. Yeah, that's over the shoulder.
That is tough.
That guy used to
his poor guts.
Used to say that well-built woman had an over-the-shoulder boulder holder for a brassiere.
Yeah.
I just got to say stuff I remember.
But what's it in German though?
Wholesome from flopping. You teed me up on that one.
Hey, you got to make your stars look good. You know, right. you just got to lob them out there.
Yeah, Dolly Parton. You remember what she did for talent in talent show in high school?
Or just walked out.
She crawled out on the stage and tried to stand up. All right, hello, Dolly.
Yeah, hello, Dolly.
Hey, tell you what, I appreciate all Dolly's done on this hurricane relief up there. I mean, it's really genuine all she's done to try to help the displaced people in Tennessee and Western North Carolina, and very awesome by her.
Yeah, the folks if you still see the Red Cross and others saying, like Pat McAfee's doing the whole thing about Carolina hurricane course relief, and you mentioned Dolly Parton, they still need a lot of help up there. So
I mean, you got people in tents still, and you can imagine how cold it is, and they're getting ready for the winter, and
and you got people with kids and tents. It's a bad situation.
Yeah, I got a special place in my heart for Western North Carolina. I grew up 4 years there. I lived in Asheville and had some really good little league and basketball and football experiences up there, and then the YMCA. But all the contiguous areas around there, Inca, Swannanoa, Black Mountain, had a chance to go to camp out there at Black Mountain at the Blue Ridge Leadership Conference, and just, very, very awesome people. The way I was involved with so many people affected me at a young age. And you think about the YMCA and, just like the Elks Club sponsored our basketball team, and those men, that what they did for us. And but it was, don't want to get too hokey pokey, but people that's lives have been affected, that just breaks your heart to see them lose their homes and their business. One of my good friends here, Gary Avance, has some Zaxby's up there, and one of them, he lost it totally. So he's going to have to replace it. But and here's the thing that everybody, if you live in a floodplain area or something, you've got flood insurance, but who would even think about having flood insurance up in the mountains?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't think 5% of people have it. So it's just tragic.
Yeah, it's rough. Carson Beck, 7 of 7 for 126 yards and 3 touchdowns, Coach. And
pretty good. I mean, he pull him. I mean, just because I think let the other guy play, but there's no chance. He's already had 2 roughing the passers. I mean, he doesn't need. Well, one of them wasn't roughing the passer. It was like offensive pass interference, but just protect him. But I'm sure they're going to keep him out there a little more. But so we got to have 2 more scores, right?
Yes, sir. On our next break, we're going to mention our friends at Red and Blackwater because I'm pounding their stuff right now. Another way you can help Georgia without having to change your purchase habits or writing a check, just change the water you drink. 8:56. I'll see another turnover here.
Throw it, intercept. Boy, that's a nice throw.
That was. He got tackled by about 15 guys. That wide receiver is looking a little. He's hurt.
When
hang on a second. Ashley says that Christian Miller is out for the rest of the game. This is a shoulder issue.
Actual shoulder, eh? Not his hand.
Yeah. I think that's what she said. It. We have the volume turned off most of the way, folks, here. So yeah, Will Simpson says right shoulder. Ryan Harrison says, yeah, pull 15 and let 6 go the rest. Let 6 rest now. I'm with you. Here's a question, Coach. This is going from. We'll bring this up when they
got the blitz on.
Hey, I saw that. Hey, they picked it up well. They were able to get the pass off. Coach Justin Farmer says, does Mike Boba run Monken's playbook, or did he go away from it?
Runs the nomenclature or the verbiage or the, we call the plays the same, but some of it philosophically is the same, but, we call it the same, but we don't do exactly the same plays, but we got the whole Monken playbook and added some of his too.
A lot of people are complaining about some of these holds, Coach, by the O-line.
Well, they're definitely holding us.
Yeah. But you
don't blame them for that. But
no. I mean, how do you, if you're on the sideline, you've been there and your guys are getting held.
You got to talk to them about it. But at the same time, these officials here, they're just trying to get home and get some Gatorade. I mean,
I know.
They love the fact that this clock's running and, it's an SEC crew and you'd think they would call some of them, but they're just waiting maybe the next week to do it to Tech.
There you go. Would you point out like the whole O-line, or would you just say, hey, they're holding numbers 56?
Yeah, just somebody in particular. You say,
okay.
watch this guy here, That play was ugly there. I don't know what it was.
But I thought it was a draw, but it
looked like it might be the shovel pass, Utah pass. But.
Okay. Just didn't see where he was going with that. So. .646 on the clock. Second quarter. Second 12 for them. Good first down stop. So let's see what they got here. Oh, 4-man front. Wall of linebackers waiting on that, Coach. And he's still got something positive out of it.
Quarterback's playing like his hair's on fire.
That looked like a 4-4 front. That was crazy. Oh, come on, Jazz.
If I'm Shane Montgomery here, I fake up in there and go over the top. I mean, you're not going to win.
You. Yeah, 3rd and 5. I don't know. I like that quarterback run, Coach.
All right, do you go for
flag,
it here?
Coach, flag.
Holding.
The line of scrimmage.
I think they had illegal procedure myself.
Okay.
Yeah, illegal shift.
There you go.
Well, same thing as illegal procedure. It doesn't matter. Go for it. See 2 guys moving. 11 up there's talking to the sideline, and he can't be moving.
Yeah.
He might have got set though.
Yeah, but in slow motion he looked set, but in real speed, I think he was still barely coming back as the ball was snapped. So
This is that think play. Did you see the court?
yeah, think about converting 4th and 5.
They didn't jump.
Nope. What a front.
Well,
you might want to think about punting this one. Well, he's so like you said, Coach.
we're checking out of this.
Yeah, but he had 6 seconds to change the play in a headset, so they did. Then we did.
Sack.
Wow! Look at Michael.
Unbelievable. Gee, many Christmas.
Wow.
Good play, buddy. Unbelievable. Hands to the face by them, too.
Wow. That'll drive you crazy. You had him for a loss. Yeah, DB says hands to the face and holding. Ryan was held.
Boston College drilling in North Carolina. Good Lord. That was a huge first down they made there.
Michael Lawson wants to know if they even call holding anymore. They don't seem to.
Fumble.
Yeah.
The quarterback went the wrong way.
Yeah, he's still going to make it.
Now, that was a busted play for a first down.
Now, this has been a busted drive for first downs. I mean, you had him on that one for a hell of a loss and on that 4th down play. So it looked you did the right thing. You turned down the penalty, and they have to go for it on 4th, and you're like, okay, this is win. You get him stopped in the backfield.
This is a funky play here. They take the quarterback out, and they're going to go Wildcat here or something. This is funky.
All right. He's got to be throwing it, don't you think?
Unbalanced line.
Yeah. Wow.
You had him.
So was Julian there playing inside?
Yeah, I mean, you got to take away the inside on the goal line. I mean, can't keep up with his quarterback switches here.
Yeah. Well, that bodes ill for next week. They got no problem switching QBs.
Put that slot in motion here to the field.
There he goes. Make somebody can figure out what they're going to do with him.
That motion there made us soften up our run support over there. Mm-hmm. Give old Shane some credit.
And give 33 Hester credit. He's running like a madman, and they're coming behind him and blocking him forward for about 3 or 4 yards too. He picked up 8.
They had trouble this morning. They couldn't get what they wanted for a pregame meal, and they're mad because they wanted lobster, and we didn't have enough down here, for Boston. So they came in here mad. Quarterback keep. Stopped him.
Yeah, just hang on to him. That he escapes a lot.
I called timeout here.
Yeah.
Because they're going to use 30 seconds.
I'll have to disagree with Dr. Greg Steele saying there's not a single elite player on defense. Again, confirming ratings mean nothing.
You said what?
Said there's no single elite player on defense. Ratings mean nothing. It's just a moneymaker for ranking organizations.
For our team?
Yeah.
Tell them to watch the draft when we get 3 guys picked in the top 15.
Yeah. They were all ranked highly by yours truly.
But
I'm with Drew. Can you wrap up? Yeah, wrapping up would help. I can't believe there's only 2 minutes left in the half. Feels like we just started.
Yeah. He's right. We haven't played very good on defense for sure.
No,
I
no.
mean, a lot of missed tackles, but
Jonathan Eason says our offense could score more if they could get a chance to get on that field again. Yeah, I mean, QB's 7 of 7. Bruce Taylor, one of our subscribers to our YouTube channel, our extra channel, says Tech with a determined run game will be a problem if we come out like this.
definitely
Sure.
they got to stop us too, though.
That's true.
But there's a silver lining to this. Get your kids' attention that, hey, you better play technique against anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just going to happen. So is he going to fake it up in there and try to throw a Dick Tracy, or is he going to try to let the quarterback run on the edge, or watch the pop pass to one of these guys? He didn't. He made it on the second
He made
one.
a second try.
It's old Gronkowski play.
Yeah.
Tight end motion, quarterback sneak. Mazzotti. Bet his dad runs an Italian restaurant.
Or an Italian car repair.
Second effort.
Yeah.
So 2-minute timeout. Give him a break here. I'm going to stretch it.
All right.
Shane Montgomery.
Yeah. I don't mention our friends at Red and Black Water. You go to redandblack.win and you can check out the sports water. Okay. So people go, what do you mean by sports water? Well, it's not boiled tap water. Like, I won't say Aquafina is that, but there's some bad bottled water out there. And actually, more people drink bottled water than they drink soft drinks. So instead of making a Bulldog Cola or Bulldog Mountain Dew or Bulldog Lemonade or something like that, our friends at Red and Black Water, they came out with a raw sports water. It's from a old aquifer. It has minerals in it. It's great for replenishing the stuff that you deplete when you are out exercising and such. They've given a ton of it to the University of Georgia. Everybody's drinking it there. You can find it in Bell's. You can find it in Stripling's. You can find it in Golden Pantry. And now you can pretty much go anywhere. And it's going to be statewide here very soon. I'm pulling up the store locator, and you can just see that it's started out in the Athens area, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So look for it to go be everywhere before long. 81 locations, more coming. And you can do they just did a deal with the Spike Squad. The Spike Squad's out there sharing it. Miss Tennessee shared 500 bottles last week. You can do the same thing. You can try it for free, because if you're not here to have the Spike Squad hand you a bottle, or to have Miss Tennessee hand you a bottle, go into your local store and try. You scan the QR code. You buy it. You scan this QR code, and it shows you how to get a refund on the first bottle that you buy. So if you want to try it, you're like, I don't know if I like it, get a free bottle. So enter your phone number on the screen there on the website, purchase a bottle, and then just take a photo of your receipt, and they'll reimburse you for one bottle either through Venmo or PayPal. We've got a ton of it here. The stuff is really good. I mean, it's water. So if you see the Gatorade water or Powerade water or a bunch of different, I mean, there's an entire row in the grocery store of water. Why buy those when you can buy water that helps support the University of Georgia? So we are less than 2 weeks away from signing day, and these are two members of our UGASports family. They came up with this. It's becoming a big hit. It's going to be in every gas station pretty much all over the state here shortly. So check out redandblack.win. Get a free bottle on them. Try it out. And if you buy bottled water, buy the water that helps out your team. All right. 2 minutes left, Coach. First and goal. One and done. Touchdown.
Over pursuit. They've had 2 busted plays here that, that one where we had the guy going the other way where he ran for 21, and that one was a cutback.
Yeah, that's quite the shocker. And for a lot of people, like, I didn't expect Georgia to play this way. Georgia's kind of played up and down all year. That was one of the things they talked about was consistency. And give them credit. They came in with a good game plan, and they're executing it well. They don't think they're supposed to lose by 42.
Yeah, they really haven't executed, but that was just cut back against the grain and nobody there. I bet you we score here.
Yep, minute 55. So
now what? See everybody crunching in there, and
yeah, you're right.
They held the heck out of Chambliss.
Well, they haven't called that all week. Ohio State up 21-7 on Indiana.
Yep. You got to figure that's going to be.
Yeah. Ole Miss and Florida tied at halftime.
They got to have close to 200 yards rushing, don't they?
They have a lot of yards rushing. 165 in the first half. Yeah. So here's your middle 8. Let's see what Georgia can do.
Hard to believe, Beckett. We hadn't run. We run about 20 plays.
It hadn't been a lot.
Time of possession, like
the time of possession is they've had the ball 20 minutes. Georgia's had it 8 minutes 11 seconds.
Well, we're gonna get the next 2 possessions.
Yeah.
A cold spear back there.
Georgia's run 17 plays. UMass has run 35.
That's what you give them for making $1.9 million. I
mean, they scored 27 points last time they were here.
Yeah,
but Georgia scored 66. So. Cash Jones.
Oh, he threw it too hard.
Yeah. Pressing a little.
It's tough when you're trying to get rid of it fast sometime to get the right kind of deal on it. But you had something there.
Yeah. His first incomplete of the night.
Don't need a drop here. They got a 3-man rush.
Going back to Jones. Yep.
Get up there.
They had nobody on him. So
3-man rush.
Yeah. All right. Georgia called timeout to preserve it. Go over there and Stacy Searles talking to his offensive lineman.
Surprised we called a timeout there. Didn't get up and run. I guess this is figure you got to make the first down here.
Yeah.
Because you got to punt it if you don't.
Right.
That's a real stalwart thought by the old coach. But I mean,
they're on their 32. So
yeah. But I would have thought that we would have just gone up and run fast. And
got to have your best play ready to go.
Run a quick pitch to the right. Let 6 come in and block that safety and hook that end.
There you go, Beck.
All right. Everybody seems to play man coverage and don't put anybody on the quarterback. So is Smith in there? Down at the bottom there. Let him run a comebacker out into the boundary.
Now they're covering Cash. Yeah, he sailed that one. I'm with Justin Farmer says Carson Beck just looks a lot more confident out there than in previous weeks, Coach. I think that run last week just kind of
he got the monkey off his back last week. And here we go, fourth quarter at the Swamp. I like the Gators in the fourth quarter down there, 14-14. We need Ole Miss to lose, really. I mean, seriously. We're going to hit Delp.
Wow.
It's Cole
Spear.
Tough little player there. He's not that small, but really, he did a great job in the spring game.
Yeah.
Kids love him too. I mean,
I thought he got out of bounds.
Yeah, well, he rolled out.
Oh, okay. That was
still got deep ball.
Nope. Call timeout.
And the ball to the official. That's right, Cash. Don't drop it on the ground.
Yeah.
You always coach your players on which official to give the ball to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
I know you know that, but just because it's important that the right guy spots it when
tough to hit that wheel route.
These guys are really susceptible over the middle here. I don't know why we keep throwing it outside, but look at those.
Look at
Spear coming across.
Sokovy standing there going, hey. I mean, Nitro. I got to have a 3rd and 6 here.
Work this ball over here to number 6 on something.
Mm-hmm. Look up. Yeah, they got room. A little slant. Just give me a slant. I bet he makes it.
Double move.
Wow.
That's a good job by Beck with his shoulders.
Nice fake. Everybody bet on that pump fake there.
It's good for old Smith's confidence, too.
Yep.
Onside kick, Kirby.
4 touchdown passes for Carson Beck. He's thrown for 191 yards.
24 plays.
Wow.
Kirby going to be on that defense.
Well, it's funny. All we ever talk about, in kind of in the fan forums and on our YouTube live and our post game show, we always talk about the offense. But again, just remember in the first game that Georgia struggled against Alabama when they were 28-0, people were all mad at the offense. Kirby came off and said, "We got to get a stop." So and I get it. He's a defensive coach. He's going to hold his defense to a high standard, but sometimes it is the defense, There's definitely the defense in that Ole Miss too. It's complimentary. It's both sides. You can complain about both, but we tend to only focus on coordinators and wide receivers and quarterbacks. But if your defense isn't stopping, it's a little column A, little column B. Let's be fair in our assessment. And you're right, Ethan B. This isn't Alabama, but the point I'm talking about is your defense, your offense is on fire, but Kirby's going to chew out the defense's ass here in the halftime.
Well, I think more than anything, just challenge them, say, to go back to play like you coached to play. But realistically, we're not an overpowering defense. We haven't been.
Yeah.
This tackle there by Johnson.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see if their coach, just takes it like it is and plays safe or tries to do something here.
Apparently, Ole Miss muffed a punt, Coach. Florida recovered.
Where's the ball?
Let us know where the ball is, folks.
Coach is
giving them to it.
I mean,
hey, you get a flag for that for taunting.
I mean, I'm nothing against Ole Miss, but when a team's ranked ahead of you, you know, if we could be seated fifth, that's the best draw anybody could get.
Yeah.
You play, home game, and you play the lowest rated team outside the top four, and you got a chance. All of them, you got a chance, but I'd rather play at home than play one of these cold weather games.
Amen. Well, here's a question for you, Coach. If you get a home game, do you also get to recruit? Do you get to bring in a bunch of kids?
Yeah, you just don't get the money. The money goes to the CFP.
But Kirby always wants that extra weekend to recruit.
Yeah,
I mean, you could have all those 2026 and 2027 kids come in.
More than likely, though, I mean, it'll be after the signing period.
Yeah, but that's why I say you go for the next year.
You could bring in a ton of them.
I guarantee you
probably none of them be official visits.
But there's a lot of kids in the state that 2026 next year in state is just like 2025. It is loaded.
Yeah, this is a good state. Wonder what happened there. What is he saying?
10-second runoff.
What was the penalty?
I saw one of the guys' helmets came off, and he was trying to get a hands to the face call. The offensive lineman.
Coach, don't even snap the ball here, Coach.
No, just let it run out.
That's right.
There he's like, hey, watch the clock. Stop.
Pack the pack.
Hey, folks, when we break for a second, I'm just going to put the stats on screen. We're not going to break the live stream. We will rejoin you as the team gets ready for the second half. Georgia gets the ball to start the second half. They're up. They've doubled them up so far, 28-14. It'll be very interesting to second half, especially again. This team's got a pulse, and we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments that Georgia makes here. Real quick, Coach, Carson Beck, 11 of 14, 191 yards, 4 touchdowns, 79% completion rate.
Yeah, I mean,
how much do you play him in the second half?
I mean, I wouldn't play him a lot. I know you play him in the first series, but here's the thing. This is not a real good rushing defense that they have, but we've thrown the ball here. Let's see what Kirby has to say. Which Kirby would say we instead of they. He doesn't mean it like that. He's just a defensive coach.
He's a defensive guy. You're right. He does say that. Again, so the question was, people, what would Kirby say in the halftime? They asked him got to tackle better. Some knockback tackles. And you're right. He said that we had a missed assignment on that first third down, the one you called that picked up 38 yards. You nailed it. So, all right, folks, we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to grab some snacks. Go ahead and get loaded up on your Bulldog bars, your red and black water, your flight beer, your cookies. Grab all the stuff and join us back for the second half. Let me add this. Let me do this. Add that.
Raise the bar with Flight by Yingling. Low carb, low calorie, more taste. Brewed for the generation that's always reaching for more. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Georgia Watch Along Show. My name is Radi Nabulsi. I'm joined by former Georgia Bulldogs head coach Jim Donnan. Dogs are up 28-14. They're about to get the ball back. Carson Beck's getting ready. If you're watching it, we'll have the time on the screen. They're about to kick off to the Bulldogs. And, Coach, what do you want to see in this second half?
Just a little bit better tackling for sure. And then offense, just more of the same. I mean, if they're going to gang up on the run, to throw the football and hopefully get Gunner in there.
Well, I don't like that. Try to get a return, got back to the 20.
I can't blame him for that.
And he could have broken a big one. You just never know. I want every yard you can get. Carson Beck's been on fire. They're showing all the highlights here. He's dialed in. I love it. Now let's see if the defense will be dialed in the second half.
We're going to miss the first play here showing us all these highlights.
Yeah. Couple lead blockers there, Coach.
Yeah, they got Peanut running from the tailback.
Interesting to see him get this.
Well, he might be just resting Frazier. Watch this guy's speed here. It could be ugly.
Woof. Ooh. he almost had it. You called that one, Coach. Yeah.
He's the fastest guy probably to ever play in Sanford Stadium. Maybe Herschel was faster, but this guy.
Wait, you got Arian Smith out there, Coach. Come on.
I don't know if he can outrun Arian. If Arian can outrun this kid. They're both smoke.
Yeah. I like
Throw it deep.
Nice blitz pickup there.
This guy can
run. He slipped. And he knows it too. He's like, damn it. I had an inside cut. He's cussing like a sailor down there. All right. Nice back-to-back plays, 15 yards, then 27 yards. He's still mad and cussing. Look at that grid.
You don't know he's cussing now. Come on.
Coach, he is cussing.
Oh, he's not from Conyers.
That's true. He's actually classy.
We got like 3 walk-ons in there right now.
Yeah.
Play action.
London Humphrey's in the game. Oh, overthrown. Probably just throwing it away with those two. I like the deep shot, though.
Sure. Keep up with that Gator score now. Just for fans that don't know, the Gators leading Ole Miss 17-14 with like 4 minutes to go.
Let me see if I can get the.
Going to try to heat us up here. 5-man blitz. Man coverage hitting.
They brought a bunch.
You got him.
Oh.
Did he throw it behind him?
He did throw it behind him. Was he expecting a?
I don't know what. That was just as good as he threw in the first.
Supposed to be a corner route. Then he went post.
I
could have sworn. Yeah, I think he was expecting him to break towards a pylon.
Whichever way he threw it, the other guy broke the other way. So sometimes you get a choice route, you mix it up. But
yeah, didn't have a lot of time there with him when they brought all the heat like that. All right,
going to bring it again.
Yep, 3rd and 10.
Good coverage.
Yeah.
You going to punt here or you going to go for it?
That's a tricky one.
You go for
35.
it.
35. Huh? Just going to kick it.
I don't blame.
53-yarder, Coach.
Oh, field goal.
Yeah. I didn't say they were going to punt it. Nah, I love it. And let's see what he does here. This kid's usually money.
It's right on his entry level.
Damn, that is like This is like a laser finder.
That should be the Lou Groves Award winner, but that guy that kicks all those ones for the team that don't score a touchdown. But, one for Tech's doing pretty well, too.
All right. So Georgia's last 2 drives, they got it with 2 minutes to go. They scored a touchdown. They get it to start the half. They score a field goal, so up 31-14. Still got a long way to go if they're going to cover this one.
I don't think that's in the area code.
I don't either. So, all right, keep us up. Give us a score update or a position update on that Ole Miss game. Because I'm looking at it on ESPN on the their score tracker, and it is so far behind. I don't even trust giving the score out there.
It's like
but do this online. They say there's 1:34 left in the third quarter.
Well, right here I got 1:19, 3rd and 7 on the Florida 27.
Apparently got sacked by Florida.
So they can kick a field goal.
DBD 27, he's always got our back. He's a good folks. Barry J says, Coach, he wants us to run the ball.
Yeah, well, we can run it, but if they're going to line up and play man coverage, who knows?
No, I get it. You take what the defense gives you.
Probably resting. I don't blame him. Rest Frazier, too. I mean, just don't get him hurt. Tell that guy to give us a play-by-play of the whatever his name is.
Hey, DBD 27, we need a play-by-play here in the comments section so we can keep up with it.
And it's not that we're pulling for Florida as much as we're pulling against Ole Miss. So we got 4th and 7. They kicked the dang field goal. Went to overtime.
All right. Coach Tom Roy says having a great kicker in our back pocket is a great thing.
Shit, 17-17.
Yep. Tie game. Sean O'Hara says ESPN is awful today. I agree. Yeah, it's just way behind. All right, Florida. This could be the DJ Lagway legacy drive here, Coach. Or legacy overtime.
He doesn't have enough time, really. Yeah. They're going to fall on the ball here. I don't know how much time's left, but Florida State scored on Charleston Southern. Yay.
Kind of wonder, what does the future look like for DJ Ungalele?
I don't know. Probably got a couple of master's degrees.
Yeah, you go there and it's just, everyone's expecting more from you. That's not. Got an Ole Miss win probability according to their statistic or their projection of 55%. Tie game. We'll see what happens here. All right. Let's see what the defense did to change. They come out running or throwing?
They're going to do the same stuff. Inside veer, RPO. We had that one covered.
Yeah, great job by Chaz Chambliss on the left side. Sheds his man, puts pressure on the quarterback. 2 other guys join him, and he had to get it away. Pants falling down, Coach. I've been drinking some of this beer. Need a belt.
Your pants are?
I turned sideways and pants slid.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Still fat, but less.
They're going to run the ball here.
Yeah.
Delay game.
2 seconds, 1 second. Well, they barely got off.
Corner
blitz, and they didn't get to him. He freaking caught it for a touchdown. 75-yard score.
What happened to the blitz guy?
He got picked up at the last second, missed him. And it's to the opposite side.
We had two guys on him. He kind of like in between.
Right between them. That feels kind of like that Alabama score. They're just kind of flukish. That just.
I mean,
he went outside. I thought he got picked up. He actually ran around a guy. Daniel Harris and Dan Jackson, 2-on-1, and Jesus. We ain't going to see Gunner ever.
All right. Wow.
I'm speechless because so Daniel Harris turns around he looks up to try to make a play on the ball, but nothing. Wow. Give me your thoughts on the section there.
I got no.
No, you guys want to see what they. There's a good question, or a good point by Tom Royce. Says the DBs were too worried about taking a penalty there.
Probably so.
I think that's.
They take a penalty rather than let him get
yeah, exactly. Knock his ass out of bounds. But I get it. Yeah. Gunner looks sad on the sideline. He knows he's not going to actually get to play today. I don't know. I'll give him one. It's not like they're doing that relentlessly. How many passing yards did they have prior to this?
About 40.
Yeah. So, yeah, they have 118 yards passing. 75 of it came on that one play. So you're right at like 40. So it's a fluke play. But that's usually what you think of as being the only thing they hit all day. They have gone the length of the field with a couple busted plays and scored twice. So this is just not a good outing by Georgia's defense here. Again, 21 points against a 2-8 team. Not where you want to be, but hey, at least your offense is clicking. All right. Let me add our real quick. I want to mention our friends again at Red and Black Water. Go to redandblack.win. Redandblack.win. Get the sports water. It is got the minerals in it. It is not boiled. It's from a very old aquifer. It's not just tap water that they put in a fancy bottle. It is actually fantastic stuff with the minerals in it to help you replenish. So if you exercise a lot, if you're getting run on like Georgia's defense and you need to replenish, grab some Red and Black water. Go to redandblack.win. Get your first bottle for free from redandblack.win. They brought us a case of it. Coaches drinks it. I drink it. My son loves it. Try it. I think you will like it too.
Yeah, I ain't no telling what this committee guy is going to say about us now.
I just going to say that, hey, they're inconsistent. That was his take a while back.
What's the score now? 24 to – what is the score? 31 to 21?
30, yep.
Let's get the W.
Yeah. See, this is why I get nervous before games, Coach, because when the only time I'm ever confident, like this is going to be an ass kicking, always something happens. So
that play right there, though, it's just inexplicable. How could you not hit the quarterback, the guy rushing?
Yeah, I get when you're that corner blitz, if you go deep on that speed, that just kills you.
I probably going to hit Delp on some kind of funky fake quick pitch or something.
Well, Frazier pick up 8 yards or 7.
Good double team there.
Yeah.
Going to overtime. Florida and Ole Miss. Maybe Ole Miss will fumble. Here we got the Emory and Henry formation.
That's interesting.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way they used to call it, Emory and Henry, because it spread out so much at school.
Let's see what we got next.
See what he does off of that.
First 10 on 37. What little toss. I got a wall there. Another 8 yards.
You think Virginia's going to make a change? 3 straight losing seasons?
I think they got to, but I mean, I don't say who wants that job, but it's just that's a tough place to win. All right, I like this. Nate Frazier. Back to back plays. He picked up 20 yards on 3 snaps.
Good patience there.
Yeah.
You know what? He let that play open.
Then they go to Chauncey Bowens, who picks up
The guy
7.
was talking about running. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, who was that in the comments says, hey, let's go back to the run. He nailed it.
About time to throw a screen.
Oh, nice. Dominic, love it.
It makes you pass over the middle pretty good when you can run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Good job catching with your hands and running, not using your body there.
Yeah, Barry J agrees with you about that patient running, coach. I like this ground and pound drive here.
Is that right?
I like it.
Using a multitude of formations here. Cole Spear and is that Nitro out here?
Yes, sir. That's Nitro at the bottom of the screen.
Really, make him miss, Malecki.
He's had 3 of those, coach, and he hadn't made the first guy miss yet.
Well, that's hard when he's diving at you that time. I understand that. But when the guy's in front of you, but when he's behind you, it's hard. But you're right. But
coach, that Ole Miss Florida game is actually in the 4th quarter. Just got into the 4th. That wasn't the end of the 4th. It was 11:56 in the 4th. So,
well, it must be the longest game in history because it started at 12 o'clock. I think it's overtime.
Oh, do you? Okay. Well, we got folks. Let us know in the comment section there, because what I'm seeing is, again, this is on the ESPN.com. But again, I've told you how that's just they're so far behind. Everyone says 4th quarter. It's not overtime. Thanks, John, Michael, UGA, Chris.
4th quarter, eh?
Yep. Stephen Braswell says basically start of the 4th.
Wow. Thank you, Stephen.
Yep. Jeff Dyer, Kevin Johns.
Dadgummit.
Yep. Scott says no moaning about Bobo today. No. But we're gonna moan about this defense. Let's moan about.
Are they showing Montgomery throwing a touchdown pass? Hey, go back to 67 Liberty Bowl.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about the NC State quarterbacks. Hey, but here's the question: could he punt though, Coach?
I doubt it.
So and could he play tennis
or hold for extra points?
Yeah,
he's a good man though. I like Shane.
He's a good guy.
He coached Ben Roethlisberger at Miami of Ohio.
Did he? That's interesting. Kirby was very complimentary. He says, I've known Shane, for a long time, and said he's seen him, recruiting. So,
well, I hate this. You got to put a guy on the board here.
Yeah,
surely not boarding him up.
I think they're just going to help him roll off.
I hate that.
Y'all would say a quick prayer for that young man. That's you don't want to see anybody get hurt like that to need help. Especially when you come into a game like this, you're playing against a big team. You're getting paid to be there, but you don't. The last thing you want is to get anybody hurt.
I remember when the kid from Nichols.
Yeah, that was an absolute heartbreaker right there. I want to mention real quick our friends at Yingling. Check out Yingling Flight. Now, granted, Yingling has a ton of beers, and I tell people about them all the time. You know, they've got the Black and Tan, they've got their lager, they have their Oktoberfest. They're all great beers. Again, if you like, especially this time of year, that Black and Tan is stellar. During the summer, you know, have the lager, but the flight is special, especially on a day like today where you got noon kickoff, you got games going throughout the whole day. If you start hitting that brown liquor early, or you start pounding, you know, Budweisers or something like that, you're going to be messed up by 4 o'clock. It's not good for you. You're going to be fat. You're going to be unhappy. You're going to be depressed. Don't do that. Hit the Flight beer by Yingling. 4.2% alcohol by volume, only 95 calories per can, 2.6 carbs per can. You can get it year round. It's not seasonal. It's clean, crisp, easy drinking, and it's the very refreshing beer from America's oldest brewery. These guys have been making beer in the United States longer than anybody. So check out our friends at Yingling. They're a huge sponsor of this show. The reason they are sponsoring of the show is, A, they want you to go out and buy it. So if you do, it helps us a lot. But also, if you will, the person that hooked us up, former Georgia player, he's like, hey, I know where we can advertise Flight. Let's do it on the Georgia Watch Along Show. So thanks to the folks at Leon Farmer for setting us up with Yingling. And if you guys will support Yingling, it helps because they support us. And you help a former Georgia player. All right, Coach.
Hey, you can.
What do you?
I wish I could make up something about the issues, but good game plan by their team. Yeah. I'm just going to stretch.
Hey, coach, they're good. I mean, let me say they're good. They have a good plan, and they hit on some big plays. They've also had some. Georgia's had some bad tackles, so it's kind of made it rough. So, all right. While Coach is up there, I want to mention our friends here real quick. All right, so all the guys are going over and shaking the kid's hand who's being carted off the field. Also looks like Xavier Truss is doing likewise. So, inside linebacker. Oh, man, that's tough. Huge ovation from the crowd. Got his knee wrapped up, his left knee. Always respect the crowd at Sanford Stadium. Very classy folks. So, always like what they do there. Like a good question or comment from Ethan B. Effort is the issue. It does feel that way sometimes. Just as the missed tackling can be fixed with the right coaching, maybe. But sometimes I'm kind of going with Ethan B. It's effort because they do it in other games. So, yeah, that was a slip up. Will, I'm not saying UMass is going to say they had a good game plan for some of the stuff they're doing on offense. But yeah, Kirby was right. If you could actually get there's a touchdown. If you get a knockback tackle, that changes the outlook of it. Big run for Mr. Frazier there. Another touchdown for him. Coach, you're not allowed to come back. Georgia scored a touchdown. So if you step out, you can't change anything that happens there. Yeah, I like that. The Sony tribute. I like it. And Hudson Lindsay, elite quickness. Yeah, it goes back to what we were saying earlier. I can't remember who said it right off the bat, but it's like it feels different when he's out there because he zips through there. Jeff Dyer Frazier's a stud. Absolutely. No question. Apparently Florida with a big stop. We like that. Frazier just took it one cut right up the middle, Coach. Touchdown. But don't see if you come back and they start struggling, I'm going to have to kick you out again. I'm not superstitious. Watch this. Zip. Cut behind him. Touchdown. Love it. Justin Farmer says everybody's worried, but I'm not. I knew before the game we would outscore them.
What?
He says he's not worried about – he says a lot of people worry, but he's not. He knew before the game that Georgia would outscore them.
Who did?
Justin Farmer.
Good. 6 for 6.
Tough says, I love how you just worked out that's a touchdown and the rest of your comments so casually done. Hey, they're scored a lot of them. It just would stop if you would be good. Has Dayne checked in yet? Dayne's probably still
He's on his way to Toronto.
yeah. I guess it was the concert tonight, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tonight or tomorrow night. I have two. One tonight.
Okay.
But I just had to go outside and get some air. I was afraid I was going to swear. I was in a cooling off process.
Like Arian Smith was swearing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not from Havana. I feel pretty sure that poor defense is either Radi or Bobo's fault. Yes, it is me.
Yeah, it's Bobo's.
That's a great
He's done
comment.
a good job utilizing the personnel today. I mean,
yeah, after that long catch there, Coach, do you pull out Daniel Harris and put in Julian Humphrey, or
he played a little bit earlier.
yeah, we saw him once. Ooh, Florida's driving, Coach.
Don't give me too many things to think.
That's what I want to see. Little Michael Williams with the finger wag saying, no, no, no. I'll take that.
Well, Miami's not going to drop.
No.
Indiana is. Where's Florida got the ball?
Looked like they were inside the 15.
Don't kick a field goal, for heaven's sake.
Hey, QB run. All right. 2nd and 8 for Georgia. Show a safety up on the line. He drops all the way back. Oh.
Incomplete pass. It's not a fumble.
But you jump on it like it is, just in case. Coach, I don't know if you saw this because I know you don't spend all your time like the rest of us idiots online, but watching the Tennessee fans try to say that was an incomplete pass last week, it was a riot. They're like, there's no way.
Saying it's a fumble, you mean?
Saying it was a fumble and not an incomplete pass.
But you remember I told you right away.
You did within seconds. And I'm like, no, that's a fumble. And you're like, no, it's a pass. And they looked at it and sent it back. But, I mean, it has been a week-long.
That plus the face mask.
Yeah, the wine fest. Oh, everything about that game. But
20 for every official that ever called a play would have called that. This is where we should bust them.
Jeff Dyer says, Tennessee says that's a fumble.
Really? That's pretty good. Yeah.
Good job, Jeff. He's cracked up to everybody. Jay Saw says, I've never seen a team so butthurt as Tennessee last week.
Couldn't happen to a better team.
Yeah. Donnie says, it's third down, don't look.
Just in case the fans didn't hear our show on Tuesday, our equipment men went in the Tennessee locker room and they cleaned it up and everything, but they had a couple boxes of shoes that had a sign in it that said TGIF. And then underneath it says toes go in first.
That's still my favorite joke.
I love Tennessee.
That's still my favorite joke.
Toes go in first. All right, let's go here, Kirby. Dial it up.
Thanks, Nuptial.
Is Everett a senior or a junior?
I think he's a junior. Pretty sure he's a junior.
We need a list of the seniors that went through the deal today.
Yeah, he's definitely a junior. Oh, they're bringing everybody, but
it's way to get your hands up.
Big Tyrion Ingram Dawkins.
Looking good. Look at those guns.
What I like
is like Richard Seymour.
I'm about to say, there's nothing on that waist, Coach. He is felt.
Right.
Bill Atkins, finally a 3 and out.
Finally. Chance for a punt return. Good move there, Darian. We actually look like we're going to try to block this kick. Got Starks back. I guess Evan's not ready. Could you see?
I was also looking to see if Janelle Aguero was out there. We saw him earlier, but
could you see Stockton this series?
Up 17 with. Honestly, I'd let him score. I'd bring in Carson one more series. I mean, you could give him the entire fourth quarter.
Just to let him play. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get the other kid hurt.
That's good. That's a good point too.
They're not going to do it.
No. See, because Bobo watches, and when I say stuff, he listens.
Shit. Empty set.
Please tell me you're going to Yarosik. No.
You got to catch it before you run with it, son.
They had nobody over Ben there, but I felt like that was going to him no matter what.
Florida State starting to run it up on Charleston Southern.
Where they got now?
17-0.
17-0. Man, Florida State's a good team, just like UMass. Now I'm gonna get in trouble for trolling the chat. Man, look at that kid.
Powerball.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive linemen down there, coach, right beside him, pushing him through, and a tight end.
Zachary.
What's his yardage up to? All right, coach, how many yards do you have?
How about Florida scoring?
There you go.
How many yards has he got?
Yeah,
I'd say 72.
How do you do that? He's got 74.
I missed it. My bad. Play action down the middle.
That's just mind-boggling.
Knocked it out of his hands.
Yeah.
Flag maybe holding on them. Grabbed the guy that's running past him.
I always worry, though, when you see a quarterback in stress like that it's a hold on the O-line. Dang, good bat there, Miles Turner. You got your hands full with Xavier Truss all up in your grill.
Good job, Drew Bovo there.
Yeah. Apparently no
what
flag.
was the penalty? Incomplete pass?
Yeah, I guess they picked it up. Gators up 24-17.
Nice catch out of the backfield there, Frazier.
Got back the 10 yards they lost on the fumble.
I like to see a little hockey reverse here. Just reverse. Not going to do it with this group.
I say Cole Spearin again, coach.
Cole can run it.
Yeah. What about there's nobody on the slots. They're so far off. You think he can? Nope, never mind.
Hit the delay.
Oh. He's going to be a yard short.
I was just thinking over halftime, I was talking about that. Let's go get this play handball inside the cash.
Clay Lindsey called that.
About junior high school that our school had. I was in elementary school, and the name of it was David Millard. And said, can you make it? Can you make it? Can you, David Millard, shake it? Can you boogie to the left? Can you boogie to the right? Can you, yay team, fight. I thought that was pretty cool, especially those girls that were doing it. And
I bet you stared at him.
I was in the 5th grade. I liked their style. I remember that little boogie woogie.
Brodo Baggins says, sing it, coach.
Yeah. David Millard, shake it.
Hand off to Nate. Okay, here's an overreaction that's worth talking about, coach.
Overreaction. Don't make it too hard on me.
Not too. From Justin, is it a harsh take to say that Nate Frazier is better than Trevor Etienne?
I don't think he is yet, but he's definitely the same style.
Yeah, I think that's
we're seeing him really get a lot of confidence here the last 2 weeks. I mean, he started out great, but we got an illegal formation up there. I hope they don't call it.
He's way in the backfield there.
All right, make him miss you, Hump.
There you
Good
go.
job. Let's way to bear it down.
That line judge is going to give him the forward progress, so he might actually get the first there. Yep, he got it. That guy, that is not a big wide receiver, folks. London Humphreys, he's kind of laddish, but he went straight headlong and got the first down. So I respect the tough run like that.
Running these good ball possession plays.
Apparently a big run by Jackson Dart, but I think he lost his helmet a third time.
Quick pitch. Nice cut.
Yeah. Another 5 yards.
Ooh, goal sphere on a knockdown.
Frazier, 80 yards so far.
I tell you something else that was influenced my life up in Asheville. That when I was 11 years old, I heard Billy Graham speak. Just unbelievable how I was mesmerized. And I couldn't have the attention span but it was unbelievable the experience to hear him.
I've heard people say that like it's
and I was 11
years,
life
changing.
I was 11 years old. And I was mad because my dad always went to Sunday school, but my dad, and then after that, I'd play basketball out there. And when they had church, and he said, "You got to come to church today. Listen to this guy." And he was right. Just remembering all these things about North Carolina, talking about that. And the last thing I'm going to tell you about, which after we scored this touchdown.
It better be barbecue, because if you're going to talk about North Carolina, we got to talk
that's
barbecue.
Eastern. Western's not really. It's way to go. He was already down.
He was,
but we were our what you call bitty basketball team. That was 8-foot goals, and we were going to Nashville on a bus to play in the national bitty basketball tournament. And we stopped at this bus station in somewhere between Knoxville and Nashville. And that's the first time I ever heard Elvis Presley on the jukebox.
Oh, wow.
And the other things, my mother made some ham biscuits for me. And a lot of the older kids didn't have any food. So I sold those suckers. I made some good money on them.
You can't sell your mama's biscuits.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's like, Mom, on this next trip, I need about 14 biscuits.
That was fun, though, playing on those short goals.
Yeah. Could you dunk?
We really didn't even have the short goals at our place, but, so we didn't have a chance to practice with it.
That's a fumble.
But we recovered it.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is they blew it dead, so that, you'd have had it right up. Hell, he might have gone even further. So it's going to take him a while to figure this out here. All right. Got a bunch of, Brodo Baggins says Elvis is the greatest of all time. Absolutely.
Most perfect instrument ever created. Elvis's voice.
Absolutely. So I didn't get to know my mother because she passed away when I was 2, Coach. But my grandmother would tell me, she said, I had to take her to every Elvis movie repeatedly. I drove her to the cinema, and she'd watch a double feature of Elvis. I had to sit through all those Elvis movies. I'm like, Grandma, did you not like him? She goes, well, just not as much as your mother did. So I've always liked Elvis because, I didn't know my mom. So it was always nice to know that was one thing that she loved. And, I love it too. I can flat sing. All right, let's see what we got here.
Florida's got the ball.
I said Florida's got it back with 6:26 left in the fourth, leading by a touchdown. Legacy drive here, DJ Lagway. If you can eat up this clock and score, get a field goal, something.
Ooh. Yep.
Come on, boys. It feels weird to pull for the Gators like this, Coach. I know we're pulling against Ole Miss, but.
Yeah, we're just pulling for the you got to figure.
That's why I hate the playoffs. I don't want to pull for these bastards.
We're going to have to play a lot better next week than we're playing this week. Although offensively, no punts. I broke out the red shirt today thinking might be good to get some red in this, but I don't know. I might have to go back to the black.
See, I'm still doing a black, from the blackout last week. So he did fumble the ball. recovered at the 16. 4th and 1.
It was a first down. I thought he made it first. Way to be on top of it. You know what I'd like to see here? Carson Keep.
Oh, yeah. Hey, or bring in Chaz Chambliss again.
56 power.
Yep. Brodo Baggins, that's a good question, Coach. What if Texas A&M both win to what happens if Texas A&M win today and then one of them loses next week in the head-to-head? Will they play again in the SEC championship? I think if one of them
Alabama is
jump
definitely in, but if Texas A&M loses and then beats Texas, we're in because they both have 2 losses and we got a head-to-head win over Texas. You know what I mean?
Yep. Anchor Dara says the ref stopped Arian. Yeah, he did. It should have been a first down.
Going to run the ball for right tackle.
Right tackle. No, there's a sneak like you called it.
I didn't call it. I thought he was going to hand it to.
No, you said what you would like to see.
Yeah.
I will give you credit for that.
Well, I'd like to see that Florida game be over with.
Apparently, Lagway is doing some good stuff. They tell us Lagway is balling.
I tell you just thinking about another big thrill for me is they let us play the Little League All-Star game tonight on the same field as the Asheville Tourist, which was a Class A team, and we got to play the game before they played a game against Spartanburg Peaches. That's the first time I ever heard my name on the loudspeaker.
Touchdown.
Get some jets, man.
There it goes. You can see that the minute he hit the line, there was nobody there to stop him.
He got some jets.
He does. Was that,
get some good reps in there for Bobo at right guard, too. I guess Micah Marsh still hurt.
2 touchdowns, 95 yards for Nate Frazier. All right, y'all can pull him now.
Miami, they're not going down. So we're going to probably have Miami and playing against SMU. SMU's killing Virginia.
Yeah.
I guess Clemson has an outside chance, but this is their Clemson doesn't have any more.
They're done. They're 7-1 in the ACC.
Citadel and South Carolina. And then what else has Miami got to play?
Miami's got 2 ACC games.
Well, one today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do they still got to play? If they already played Florida State,
I think that would be an easy win for them. They got Syracuse. They end with Syracuse.
Ooh, tough. Where do they play?
At Syracuse.
I tell you, the guys done a good job up there. They're winning today, too. You got to take this guy out now, Kirby. Come on. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah. Coach Sharon Lewis, she says, I'm a vocalist and a bass guitarist. And in my opinion, Karen Carpenter was the best pure vocalist.
Karen Carpenter was good. We're talking about male low.
Well, we have to point it out because some of our jokes, Sharon's having to put up with all of our silly jokes.
She's good. She was good. I like Karen.
She's right. She's one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
Florida had to punt. See,
so
I should just leave it to Bill Atkinson. He's like, Tony Lee. He's like, he told me it was Syracuse before I even looked it up.
Lagway.
I'm so glad he wasn't in that Georgia game. I didn't want him to get hurt, but I'm glad that, that kid's pretty good. I didn't know Karen Carpenter was a pretty good drummer. 3 or 4 people pointed that out.
What?
Karen Carpenter was also a good drummer.
Yeah.
Brodo says Frazier needs 5 more yards.
I like Dusty Springfield too.
4 minutes left in the Florida game, Coach. 3:59.
Good Lord, he's gone.
Yep.
He's gone. Might not score. That's ugly.
Jeez. So, whatever the adjustments they said they were going to make at halftime, we have not seen those yet.
Overrun by Small London. So they're up about 250 yards total, up 300 total.
350 yards of offense. 68-yard run. $238 yards rushing. Again,
it's just a no-win situation playing these games. I mean, you gonna let the clock run out again?
Paul says put in the backup defense. I get that why you want to, but hell, you need to keep these guys out of the end zone.
Yeah, put them in there. What difference does it make?
Yeah, that's true. It's like if one's going to give up a 75 and a 68-yarder.
Can't do any. We haven't given up that many explosive plays in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Jonathan says, even if we win this game, the Indiana will be ranked ahead of us because of the sloppiness of our defense. I don't know. It depends on what that score ends up being, Jonathan.
In no way, Indiana. Maybe
that was my fear, though, coaches. They said, well, Indiana played the number 3 team in the country, number 2 team, so they should only drop this far. To date, I've not seen a team drop as far as Georgia did after that loss.
They're going to get beat by 23 points. So you got to figure.
Yeah, well, that was an odd timeout.
Well, he's worried about delay a game.
Okay. Alan Woodruff says we need to right the ship before Georgia Tech next week.
You think?
You're right, Alan.
One good thing about it, though, they got to stop us.
Yeah.
And complimentary football. Quarterback draw.
Oh.
Scoop and score. That helps your stats.
Yeah. Take about 25 yards off of the their rushing yardage.
I don't know if he's down or not. What do you think? Definitely. Good job there, Michael. $38-15.
Yeah. All right. Let me do this real quick. Again, I want to mention our friends over at Morrison Dean. Again, Jeff Dean, huge Georgia fan, Georgia grad. He and his son, law degrees from Georgia. Everybody in their family has gone to Georgia. They are some of the best folks you'll ever meet. They know everybody, especially in that Dalton area. They know all the judges. They know all the solicitors. They know all the district attorneys. So if you've got a personal injury, you got a motor vehicle accident, you got a workers' compensation, criminal defense, they can handle that too. Business and commercial litigation. So if you've got a business issue, commercial thing, it's not just the personal injury and the criminal defense. They've got that. Truck accidents, they've got those as well. And again, these folks have been in front of the Supreme Court. They've been, they go to trial a lot. They don't just do that thing where they hit somebody up and say, hey, give us a quick payout. They are more than happy to go to court and win there. You know, they like being in court. They're not just pay us off to settle it quickly. They're going to take care of you. They're also very good at seeing long-term things. So sometimes you get injured and you don't think about something until 3 or 4 years after that you didn't realize. These guys, this is their livelihood. They are here to take care of people. When you have a woman who's tasered by the cops because she's picking dandelions, to make a salad, and she's 87-year-old Syrian woman who doesn't speak English, and she gets tasered, and they're like, okay, well, what sort of medical issues is she going to have, to get zapped like that? And and humiliated. So they look into that. You have people that are get hit by electricity, 7,000 volts, and I know a guy lost 2 arms, because of something like that. And how does that affect the rest of his life? He's got to live, 60 more years like that. So, but you don't think about, hey, when you're 90 or 85 or 75, here's something you're going to have as a result of that. These guys they see the long term, and they get you covered. So reach out to Morris and Dean. They're in Dalton, in an old bank building there. Check out their website. There's a lot of testimonials. And of course, if you like the legal profession, you like some of the case descriptions they have, and the videos are definitely worth your time. Real stuff. So check them out. All right, Coach, what you got on the update on that game?
2 minutes to go.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ole Miss got the ball.
2:07. Bum, bum, bum. We might have to switch from this one to the other one.
Surely put Stockton in.
Two minutes, 50 yards to go. I like it. Amari Carmichael says Indiana only played Ohio State and lost. So, yeah, it's a good point. Where are they going to go?
Played one team with a winning record
and
beside them.
Getting trounced.
And that's Washington. They're like 6-5.
We got a UMass fan in the comment section, Coach.
Good. I think somebody should Google old Signetti now.
That's a good joke. As a UMass fan, I'm so proud of the team today. We are running all over Georgia.
Well, they're definitely doing a good job. I wouldn't say they're running all over them, but still a chance Georgia could cover. They're 24. They're going to try a fake field goal here.
All right. Attempt for 37 yards. Call a timeout here. Make him think about it. Oh, he missed it, Coach.
Yeah.
And one lucky fan has a free football. Gator
had a pick here.
No way.
I'd hit you for it, shit you. I mean, excuse me. I mean, I would. God, I'm on radio. My bad. Sorry, sports fan. Seriously, they did just pick it.
Hell yeah, Gators. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's.
Run that clock out, Gators. Boy, you had a chance to get you a field goal in Sanford Stadium.
Yep. Jackson Dart intercepted in the end zone. I have to tweet out a Go Gators. That was a huge INT there. Hey, again, when we talk about upsets on this very show, we always talk about turnovers, penalties, special teams. There's a turnover that's going to allow the Gators to knock off. And playing at home, playing away, that's a big deal. Do you have the home field advantage?
Yeah, playing in the rain.
Yeah, but Coach, you mentioned if they keep it close into the fourth quarter, something might happen.
Right.
You've been predicting that or mentioning that was a possibility since there you go.
Face mask. That guy's got some jet.
Yeah, Sokovie White is special. We talk about the rankings, and every time that we had him, Jed May went to see him, which was a lot. He always said, "This kid is different. We don't have him ranked high enough."
Really, he was right.
Yeah, it was. He's.
Where is he from exactly?
Let me look him up here again. I always forget because Jed saw him all the time.
Some down there,
Cartersville.
Turn it up.
Woof! There's his 100 yards, and then some. I think he's the first 100-yard rusher of the year.
Really?
Yep, for Georgia. All right. You get first down to seal the game, apparently, Will Simpson says. Clay Lindsay, let's sit him now. Amen. You got him in there. You got him his run. You got him his 100 yards and his 2 touchdowns. Let him sit.
Good back.
Yeah. Foster Moss makes a good point here, Coach. He's making that number 3 look really good on offense again.
Definitely.
Yeah. So y'all can recycle all those number 3 jerseys. Wear them to the game.
Florida got third down here.
Here's a question.
Florida could get Billy Napier get a penalty here.
Yeah.
That's what he normally does. Front formation where they jump off sides or get an illegal procedure. 3rd and 3.
I need somebody to check. Is that Georgia's first 100-yard rusher of the year? Pretty sure it is. All right.
God, what an ugly play.
I want to mention real quick, folks, Athens Ford, we talk about them a lot on this watch along and all of our other shows, but they have a neat deal. It's just called the Seller Trade. It's a Kelly Blue Book instant cash offer. So you can actually go in there, click on their Athens Ford website, you value your trade, and you type in all the stuff about it. What's the car, put in the VIN number, put in the license plate, the make and model, and they will give you a estimate of what the value would be as a trade-in or just a flat cash offer. So they will buy your car. So you don't like, well, I've got an extra car, or I want to get a car, and I want to sell this one. I don't want to put it in. I mean, who puts it in the paper anymore? Nobody does classifieds. I don't want to sell it on Facebook Marketplace because then you get a bunch of weirdos. How do you sell it? Well, take it to Athens Ford. Now, here's the thing: you take it up there, and you can get the estimate beforehand. If it is as you say, it's like it does have all 4 wheels, but then, and you gave a good description of the mileage and all that stuff, then they'll write you a check. You don't have to buy a car from them. They will buy it from you on the spot. Now, if you want to do a trade-in, you can do that as well. But check out our friends at Athens Ford. They have the official offer to buy your car, the Kelly Blue Book offer right there. So gives you a great idea of what's going on.
All right, 1 minute and 3 seconds. Ole Miss got the ball on their own 35. No timeouts left.
They're going to mess it up.
Florida messed it up.
That's what I'm talking about. Florida's going to. They're going to let Jackson Dart run it, and he'll be invited to. He's going to get into
got a chance for a sack. He got him down. It's worked a lot of seconds.
Yeah. Huge sack. Huge. Come on, Clay. Don't say holding. All right, 12:02 here.
36 seconds. They got the ball on the 49.
Now, I'm not going to jinx it. Well, I'm not going to talk about that game for 36 seconds.
Yeah, let's go back to ours. I've got it.
I'm scared of it. I was talking about Ole Miss. Okay. I figured you were, Clay. I just didn't want to see I thought you meant defensive holding. Oh, my God.
It's hard for me to believe it.
That was a bad drop.
Can't put our quarterback in there.
Yeah, exactly. 11 minutes. Someone said if we're still playing him, are we going to go to the transfer portal to get somebody? You're not developing your backup.
He's getting a lot of development and practice, but I don't know. He's a good point, but are they going to this drop again? Fade.
That's twice they tried to go to him, and they cover him pretty tight. I still think that pass last week where he shoved it into London Humphrey's chest was one of the best throws I've seen all. Everybody wants to know why Billy called a timeout there.
Because he's Billy. friend of Chaos.
We got a lot of people rooting for Chaos in the comment section.
I see us hit this fourth down. They come with a safety blitz. Good call. God, if he got hurt there.
Just. Yeah, he got jacked up there on that right after that throw. He got the hell knocked out of him. Hey, Kirby, you want to pull him now? Just a thought. Well, Coach, you keep me updated on that. I want to mention our friends over at the My Better Life Science. Again, folks, if I say it too fast and you're not clear what I'm talking about, the company's called My Better Life Science. And if you're having a hard time remembering that, just think My BLS. Go to mybls.com. You'll find
Gators intercept.
There you go. Two interceptions. Love it.
Go ahead and tell them about it. That's a great. Can't talk about a better people to sponsor us.
No. Again, they have the food sensitivity test. You know, I remember having a allergic reaction one time. We went out to eat sushi, and I got a little swollen. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I thought it was conch, from like a conch shell, conch fritter type things. Nope, not allergic to that at all. Just had a bad reaction to something in that particular place. So for years, I thought I was allergic to conch. Found out I'm not. So now I can have conch. I can have a conch fritter. If you're worried that you're allergic to something or you keep having reactions, you're not sure why, check out the food sensitivity test. 286 food triggers. You do it at home. Pain-free collection. The results are really simple. I do recommend when you first go to mybls.com, a little thing pops up and says, would you like 10% off? Give them your email because you're going to get your results emailed to you anyway. So give them your email, let them send you a code and get 10% off so that if you want to, you'll save $30 on the food and allergy sensitivity test, $20 on the allergy tester, or $22 on the food sensitivity tester. Just get the 10% off and save yourself some money. Can't have a better company sponsor us. And the samples you have to send, the collection thing is very easy to do. I know a lot of people are like, well, how do I send them a sample? It's not complicated. You'll absolutely love it. So check out our friends at My Better Life Science. Again, huge donors to the University of Georgia, first class facilities. Coach and I both went to their testing facility. It looks like it's from the future. So check them out.
Yeah, I was glad to know that you weren't have any real big issues there.
You were allergic to anything. I found out I have not allergic to anything, but I have a sensitivity to paper wasp venom.
With what?
To paper wasps.
Okay.
So I have to avoid paper wasps because I have a sensitivity. Nice catch by the equipment guy. Call reversed on that Florida pick, Coach. Now it's really an INT.
Oh,
Barron, don't mess with me like that. Ole Miss back with the ball. What? I don't know if I can handle this, folks. I'm getting verklempt.
What'd you say? Ole Miss has the ball? I don't know. Let's watch this game.
That says, here's from Ross Dellinger. Billy Napier and the Gators will knock off Lane Kiffin's Rebels. Ole Miss loss would appear to pave the way for Tennessee to come off the bubble and make the playoff.
Got to beat Vanderbilt.
But that's exactly what it says. If the Vols win out Vandy next week, big win for Indiana too. It opens a spot for them. Big win for Georgia. Florida wins 24-17. All right, back to the Georgia game. Let's see if this defense can get to him.
Pretty good coverage.
Mm-hmm. So Ja'Cory Thomas in there. Looked like he's playing star, coach.
Yeah, they're playing a lot of different people now.
All right, folks, give me your thoughts on the Bill says it's a big win. Mar says all of our starters should be out. LT McCreery says Dart was there were no Ole Miss receivers. And now we got folks rooting for geez, Malachi. He threw a man away. That got the crowd pumped up.
Sure did.
You want to hear some real chaos, Coach? Can you imagine Texas losing to Kentucky tonight?
Couldn't happen to a nicer team. Yeah, Alabama. I'm going to be pulling hard for OU. All my people out there kind of in mourning. But stranger things have happened, I guess. Gunnar Stockton. Who is he?
Hang on. Let me get out my piece of paper here and look on my chart, see who the hell
He's
that kid
going
is.
with the first team
Offense,
offensive
yeah.
line. Well, I got Bobo, Truss, and Morris. But run his own read first play. Let him run for 60.
I do want to see if they
Have a good game, Gunner.
No, I was going to see if they put in any of the other different wideouts. Got London, Cole Spear. Oh, yeah.
Who is that?
Oh,
Frazier still.
Frazier.
Go with.
But I saw that little Chuck. He's walking over there. There's nobody around him. He's like, "Come on, coach, let me keep one of them." Will Simpson says, "Why is Frazier still in?"
Who knows? I can tell you this: this kid can do some stuff now. Let's just see him do it. Just like that. Jurasic.
Now all the tight ends have a catch. Barry J says, "Let Gunner run the ball."
He will.
Right here says Hudson Mason got in.
Hudson. Is he 14?
He was 14.
Well, it's been a good day from one standpoint. That
there's my throaty Rossi.
You got to figure, what are we, 10th? Worst, we're going to be 8th.
Yeah. Now you start getting into that hosting a game area, getting a little closer. But again, the way the defense is played, you got to get through Tech next week.
I think this helps us beat Tech. Got their attention on the D-line. You got to play the whole defense. You got to tackle. And Tech's going to be tight, too. This team came in here loosey-goosey.
Reddle's in. Oh. Well, that's a good time. I point out that Reddle's in the game, and they throw to him.
Riddell, yeah.
Riddell, excuse me.
You know, just for your edification here, this kid ran 22 on GPS last week.
What?
He played wide receiver for the scout team on the defense, getting ready for Tennessee. Ran 22.
You had a tight end run 22 miles an hour.
64. He's 6'4", 247.
Holy shit.
Now that's what I've heard. Now when
that's insane.
Go ahead and run, Gunner. There's 4th catch for Lucky.
Yeah.
How about that throw on the move there?
Yeah, again, he's special. Let's see. Lucky's your leading receiver right now, Coach. 4 catches for 60 yards. 4 targets. Cash Jones also has 4 catches, but his are for 27. Arian Smith went over 100 yards, 110 on 3 catches. That is a beautiful.
Okay, Lucky just effortlessly the way he uses his hands, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Looks like Bowers.
But he hadn't broken a tackle yet, Coach.
How about Bowers leading the league in receptions?
I love it.
I tell you, if they pick up Daniel Jones from the Giants, no telling what he'll do. Raiders. Got the big 70 in there now.
Frazier's sitting at 134 yards.
First catch of his career. Ooh, what an athletic move.
4 tight ends with catches today.
Did you see that move there?
I did. A little twist. 12 different people caught the ball today, Coach.
Zone read, keep.
That
How many TDs is that for him?
3. 136 yards.
Look at 70. Is that Calhoun?
70 is Daniel Calhoun.
Big
out
old
of
guy.
Marietta. He's a monster.
Milton High School.
Get him and Jamal Merriweather and working beside Jared Wilson. That's going to be an interesting offensive line next year.
He got Bobo now getting a lot of reps. Thorson holding him. That's going to let somebody else kick. Oh, he don't want to get back hurt.
Yeah.
Fake kick for Thorson to keep it. You want to get him in the game because he
Go
didn't
for
get
2.
the punt.
He's like, at least I got in. Hey, well, here's the thing, Coach. Now you can sell that as a game-worn jersey.
Yeah.
You know, when you're trying to raise money for NIL, it's got to be a game that he actually got on the field with. Boy, nice job there, running right behind your right guard or your left guard there. Love it. All right, you're up by 31.
Is that what it is?
Still 6.5 minutes to go.
Only chance to pick 6.
He scored 2. Yeah, pick 6 and then score again. That gives you 14. But I'm not going to let him off the hook for that. Folks, we talk about recruiting being really close. Here's what you can do to help out. I put the sample pack from our friends at Bulldog Snacks on there. I'm going to put the link in the comment section. Click on the link. Go to bulldogsnacks.com. Buy the sample pack. Get 4 of the bars, the Bulldog bars there. Get 1 pack of the cookies. Free shipping. Now, when I tell people, hey, if you would just stop buying Nature's Valley or Quaker granola bars and do this, they're like, well, it's right there. It's so convenient. It's right there at the grocery store. And then I got to pay to have them shipped to me. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. Hey, free shipping. Have them shipped to you. Try them out. See if you like them. I guarantee you will because they're delicious. We have them right here. There's a big stack beside Coach. We have to get new stacks all the time because we go through them.
I do.
Coach eats them. I like them. Again, dude. Chocolate chip cookies, come on. These are like Famous Amos, but better. And a large part of the proceeds go to Georgia's NIL efforts. Again, this was designed specifically to help Georgia's NIL. So it wasn't like, hey, let's just make bars and let's find some sucker to buy them. No, this was all done with the desire to do this. I'm trying to get them to make a peanut butter bar. But it's a little harder to make a peanut butter bar because, the consistency, it's more liquidy and it can be an issue, but if they do make one of those, we're going to have that too. But again, if you want to try it and help Georgia's NIL efforts, try the Bulldog bar, try the sample pack. Also, it makes a nice gift. And I know a lot of you can't be in the Athens area or the Atlanta area. We got folks watching from all over the country. Have them shipped to you. You got somebody in your family that's a huge Georgia fan? Dude, it's November. We're right. I mean, got Thanksgiving next week. We're going to be right there. My family just decorated for Christmas. before Thanksgiving. I'm sorry, but I like it. Get this gift pack or get the sample pack and then give it to a family member who's a giant Georgia fan. So hit them up and help out your Georgia Bulldogs. So good day for the Bulldogs so far with Ole Miss losing and Indiana losing and Georgia winning. This could now we just need come on Wildcats.
Any way you see it from the committee, they can't say anything about Georgia look bad in a 51-22 win.
I mean, you put up a 50 burger.
The biggest deal is just who you played to me. I mean, and you got the same thing with Penn State. Penn State playing Minnesota up there, it could be tougher than you think. And then I certainly think Army's got a chance against Notre Dame, although not great, but actually playing that game in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. Coach, I think it's interesting that Ole Miss, they put all their effort, as Amari Carmichael points out, into beating Georgia. They game plan for that all year long. They had 2 weeks to just revel in that victory, and they came out and weren't ready for Florida.
Yeah. I mean,
so in other words, the up and down, we look great 1 week. Ole Miss has been an up and down team. You lost to Kentucky and Florida.
And
LSU.
LSU
technically they were leading that game until the very end.
Florida now 6-5, LSU 6-4, and Kentucky's 4-6.
Yeah.
So
I will say a lot of people who last week when I wasn't good. See Jordan Hall in there again, Coach? He had 2 snaps last week, back in again.
I like Johnson 33 too. Robert Bill reincarnated.
Yeah.
Coach him up, Kirby.
So he's got Jamal Jarrett in there, Quintavious Johnson, and Jordan Hall. Good to see big Jordan Hall back in there.
Wonder if Kirby ever tells Sinclair, get your hand off my ass.
Stop it. I got to chew him out a little bit more. Xavier McLeod on the line up there.
Hey, Ellis Robinson.
Well, there you go.
Good-looking kid.
Keep your eye on number 1 at the bottom of the screen. Oh, he's following that Z receiver. Oh, my goodness. Chris Cole just decleated somebody.
Good hit, but he should have had him covered better.
Yeah.
Like it when these kids have fun. Ooh, run through him. Just don't get a penalty here. They're going to let the clock run down and call timeout.
Trying to see who's at. Is that Peel? No, Mello Jones, 15 at the top of the screen there, Coach. It's interesting. They put Gabe Harrison there on the right side line. They're all grinning after that hit. David Wilson's just got the biggest poop-eating grin on his face. He's like, yeah, good job, Chris. It's funny how they all get geeked up after a big hit. That's not called targeting. Poor Ole Miss.
Like I said, you better watch Minnesota Golden Gophers. That would be so apropos for James Franklin.
Arizona State up on BYU, 7-0.
Yeah. Big game Colorado today with Kansas too. Yeah. Kansas is tough.
Kansas is up 7-0 on Colorado. Who you like in the battle of the nobody cares, Coach? Missouri versus Mississippi State.
I think Mississippi State's due to win a conference game. It just depends on if Cook's well, but they've had a hard time last few weeks defensively. Missouri.
Yeah, that's. I mean, normally it'd be like, well, Mississippi State hasn't won an SEC game on. They're 2-8, but I'm just saying Missouri feels a little different this year. That's a nice cushion you're giving there to Mello.
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably say, don't get beat.
Yeah. You think any chance that Auburn can knock off Texas A&M?
Yeah.
Home?
If Freeze goes fishing and misses a game, let the other guys coach. Good coach, in-game coach, man. He defies me. If Auburn doesn't turn the ball over, they're decent.
Little press man on the edges. There's a sack. Oh, it's strip.
Go ahead and Cole. Chris
Cole. See, you said pick six, Coach. I told you strip sack.
Is he a good-looking kid or what?
The way Kirby talks about him on the recruit when the kid was being recruited, said, look, you were different. That is your next Roquan, your next DeAndre Swift right there. He's different.
Who made the sack?
That I couldn't tell. I thought it was Gabe Harris coming off the bottom.
Get those pads on you, boy. There we go.
There it is.
It's good for him to have fun.
Yeah. Love that kid.
Good looking athlete.
All right, so we're going to cover, Coach?
No.
We got 47 people. Are we going to cover? We got
38 point lead. If for some reason you get one more of these.
I was right. 29 made the hit. That'd be Gabe Harris. Yep. Look at that.
Look at him carrying that ball high and tight to the inside.
We're going to have to teach him about that, Coach.
That was good. It's pretty good.
No, it's on the outside.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the inside TIT.
Oh, I got you.
Toward your outside arm, inside.
Yeah, okay. Like a guy that knows how to carry the ball. Means you get a lot of practice catching, scoring touchdowns.
Who decides what some of those people wear over there? That's some good costumes.
They got some. It's interesting. Shout out to Red and Blackwater for setting up a deal with the Spike Squad. They're actually now going to be promoting the drinks and handing out those waters, getting people to try.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's nice of them.
Ben Nobles brought us two cases last night because we go through them.
Not a real good idea here about us kicking it out of the end zone.
I might get a penalty there too. Ooh, Foster Moss is putting you on the spot, Coach. Says we need a good joke.
Need a good joke?
Yeah. I like this one. Here's one from Will Simpson. Said Chris Cole's arms are so long he barely had to bend over to get that ball.
He can scratch his ankles without. I can tell the one I told on Tuesday.
Foster was probably on that Tuesday show.
Was he? Ask him if he was on it. If he was, I won't tell it.
We got to get Foster come on our post game show.
Yeah,
he's got good insights.
Yeah, I got one that I haven't told. Ask him did he. Well, anyhow, there was these three couples that were going to join the new church in town, and they went in to visit with the pastor, and the pastor said, one of the things you got to do is to be in this church, you have to abstain from something, and I'm going to ask you to abstain from having any sexual relations for a month. They said, okay. So first couple was an older couple, and they came in there for their confab with the pastor, and he said, "How did you do?" He said, "We didn't have any problems." He said, "It's very seldom we ever do anything anyhow." He said, "Okay, you're admitted in the church." Second one, middle-aged couple, and they said, "Well, it's kind of tough." And after 2 weeks, he had to sleep on the couch, but we would really want to get into church, and so said, "Okay, you're in." And asked the last one, who was a younger couple, and they said, "Yeah, we were doing pretty good for about a week and a half, but then one day she was up on a ladder and she was trying to get some paint, and I was just overcome with emotion, and I just have to tell you that it ended up having it." And he said, "Well, we can't have that here." And he said, "Well, they didn't like it at Walmart either."
Damn it, you got me again.
So what's Foster think of that one?
I got nothing but crying and laughing emoticons from him. That was a good one.
Yeah, he's
a
just
good
checking to see what the wind is on returning this punt.
Yeah.
Kirby's checking the wind 59 to 21. Tell the kid where to line up to return it.
Honestly,
is he ever coaching or what?
He never stops.
That's about as good as I've seen lately.
I saw him
59-21. You're telling the guy, okay,
here's what we're going to do.
But, he's trying to think if you run it back for a touchdown, it's a cover.
Yeah.
Texas already scored.
When I was at the Georgia-Florida game this year, Kirby enters the stadium with the team. They do the dog walk. He's got to go do television, so he's walking out there. First thing he does when he hits the field, he tends to walk around the stadium, the field, gets to the 40-yard line, reaches down, picks up some grass, and drops it. 90 minutes before kickoff.
Checking a win.
Checking a win. Wants to know, hey, if we win, and we defer, which way is the wind blowing? We're going to need to know what end zone to. Let's see what it is now, and then we'll test it again later. So,
you're talking about getting in the stadium. We were playing Missouri one year, and they had a good defensive lineman in St. Louis whose brother played for Missouri. And and we're recruiting him. And so they're down there in the end zone warming up, the D lineman. And Switzer just shuffles down there and walks right in the drill and starts talking to the kid about his brother.
Oh, that's hilarious. So he's going to be coming to us, isn't he?
I mean, unreal. And the D-line coach, what are you going to say? Get out of my drills, coach. But that shows you how, and then the one year we were playing Kansas State, and they weren't very good. And coach, back then they used to have the games where the Jefferson Pilot game of the week.
Oh, I remember those.
Switzer liked to watch them in the dressing room because he liked to watch the Eastern teams, get an idea about them. And we couldn't even get him to come out to warm-ups. He would be in there watching them. And so I said, Coach, you need to come out here. It's a new coach from Kansas State, and go out and shake his hand for the game. That's just natural. He said, I want to watch this game. I said, Coach, you need to do it, it's like me telling my little boy he got to put his bicycle up or something. So he said, well, send the manager out with 5 minutes to go in warm-ups, and I'll do it. So I got this manager, Jim Kaltenbacher, who's great. And he was one of the all-timers because in the way he made money, he would get all the players' signatures and put them on a ball. And then when they asked for a signature ball, he would sign everybody's name and then make the money on them.
Oh, jeez.
But anyhow, I said, Jim, go in there and get coach. And so he goes in there and he comes out there and he says, okay, which one is he? And so he goes over there and he starts talking to that guy like he's his best friend. And the guy was really impressed, Switzer coming over to him. But I was just thinking to myself, this guy doesn't even have any idea
clue
how hard it was for me to get him to come out here. And then we're winning at halftime, and he wants to break the record for rushing. So he sends one of our GAs up in his office to get the record book to find out what the record is so we can. It's 800 and some yards, and he was chewing the second team's ass out at halftime. Said, "If you get a penalty or anything, he said, I'm gonna run your ass off this week." And so we ended up running. I think they might have put 15 in there. Is that? Did he put?
Who the hell's Penn?
Put our third team quarterback in?
I don't know. I was trying to figure out who 31 was.
William Penn.
Yeah. No, Wade Penn.
Yeah, I just said William because
he's running back freshman from Westminster.
But do we have his?
Because they can't show us the field, Coach. You know that's against the rules. They got to zoom in on these guys.
Do we have?
Yeah.
Oh, this kid in at quarterback.
There you go.
Big thrill for old Penn.
Colin Drake getting his first snaps.
Hughley and Switzer.
Heinrich, Blanchard. Yeah. They went straight third and fourth guys. Again, hey, a lot of these guys haven't been on the field this year. Now they're out there.
Just want to give thoughts and prayers out to the family of Greg Dixon out in Oklahoma, one of my players on the 85 national championship team, linebacker who had pancreatic cancer and passed away this week. And said they had a beautiful service there for him yesterday. And he was a outstanding young man and father and a tremendous lawyer in the Oklahoma City area. Rest in peace, David, Greg.
Well,
Shane, good job.
Yep. 59-21. Bunch of folks going to run out there, try to get in on that. Everybody excited that Penn got in the game, got to run it. They're all.
One thing about it, we got a chance, second longest home streak in history. I mean,
yeah. Is that 30 games?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we got Tech next Friday night, Thanksgiving. See what happens.
Yeah. See what that Kansas game score is, Coach.
They were up 7-0, but I was telling all these stories. My bad, but
no, you don't have to.
We had a good time today, and
no, it's still 7-0. All right, folks. That's going to do it for our show. We have the post game overreaction show coming up here. We'll have of course. Sunday, the guys talk about all the different sports in Georgia, Falcons, Braves, Hawks, all that stuff. But next Tuesday, we will have a show at noon previewing the Georgia Tech game. As Coach said, we'll be on Friday. We'll be back here next Friday. Should be an absolute blast. We'll continue to watch the fallout of the rest of the games this weekend. And then, of course, Tuesday, we'll see the reshuffling of the playoff committee. So a lot of Georgia football still ahead, a lot of news coming. So be sure to hang out with us. All right, folks, we'll see you later.